or something like that now, though. That's crazy.
Okay, so before we get into our favorite picks for the PlayStation Plus games of 2016, we're actually going to do something that I thought would be kind of fun, and we're going to be voting on the best month of PlayStation Plus of 2016. Now, the way we're going to do this is we have a tiered system of the months, and we're going to be going through and kind of voting on which ones of these 2 months, and then kind of going through until we have one final winner. Anytime that we might tie, 2 people vote for one, 2 people vote for the other one, we'll flip a coin, because I figure that's probably the easiest way to do it. And it's going to turn out at a point where we're going to have 3 final ones. So we're going to pick a random number and have one, what's that called?
Have a bye.
Have a bye. And the other 2 will go at it, and then we'll have the last 2, and we will have a final winner of the best month of 2016.
Okay, yeah, so let's get into it. So obviously PlayStation Plus throughout 2017, and we'll talk about this more at the end, but it was pretty solid. There's some months that suck, some months that were good. There's one month in here that's super polarizing, which will be really fun for me to fucking discuss. But yeah, let's jump into it.
Helldivers got fucked, but now that I have to choose one, it's September.
Yeah, it did.
I'm gonna pick the winner. Even though I don't get to pick the winner, I'm picking the fucking winner right now, and that's August. Just Cause 3 is a better game than Little Big Planet 3. I fucking said it. And Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry is a better game than Not a Hero. There's more to do in it. There's more things to do. Not a Hero is what the fuck ever.
So our winner in the best month, according to Tasty Loot Gaming,
Chance.
was September.
Yay!
So we got one person who wasn't too into that.
We should definitely do shit like this again.
Josh, why are you picking August?
August, because Just Cause 3 is just better than Little Big Planet 3. The other 2 games didn't matter to me. Not a Hero is not a game. And,
All right.
so, August is our
Which
winner.
is great. I mean,
August
I'm
was
kind
the
of
best
glad to
month.
see that though. When Just Cause, I mean, come on, Just Cause 3. I mean, that game.
Just Cause 3 doesn't get as much credit as it deserves, and I mean, we just democratically fucking voted in August to be the best month of 2017 for PlayStation Plus. What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 88 of the Tastycast, our weekly podcast where we talk about things, react to things, do a bunch of random shit. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
I'm Cody.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Chris.
Fuck yeah. And quick reminder to play Steep and Portal Knights. You have 1 week left to download those from PlayStation Plus, play them, and come back next week. We'll talk about it on Plus Club. We'll let you know what our experiences with those games were. Let us know yours. And our game of the month randomly picked is Stardew Valley. We need to fucking play that game. We haven't played it yet. It's multiplayer. Why the fuck haven't we played it, guys?
Chris has played it.
I've been playing.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, Chris is the fucking expert here. He's the veteran. Hopefully you guys are too. We're going to talk about that next week on Game of the Month. Make sure to come back and tell us what you thought of those games. We also have a Discord link down below. Talk to us anytime, all the time. And we have a new Cyberpunk section. So if you want to come in, drop some fucking info on us, talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about when it comes to Cyberpunk, do it there. And we are on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast platforms if you prefer to listen to us. And if you're listening to us, you want to check us out on YouTube, check us out at Tasty Loot Gaming. As you can see, we got a full roster of the best of the Tasty crew. And we're going to carry on the tradition that we do every single year. Every year, in case you don't know, we do Plus Club, which we play the games offered to us for free on PlayStation Plus, and we talk about them at the end of the month. We do that the whole year, and after that, every January of the next year, we do a best month of PlayStation Plus. I think this is the 3rd year we've done this. The way it works is we have a roster over here of, or bracket of different months, kind of, every other month we compare the two. Maybe we should mix it up one of these years. And we essentially go down the line. We go from Chevy to Chris, and then after that, counter or clockwise. Right?
Counterclockwise.
Chevy to you.
No, I know, but we go down to Chris.
Oh, yeah.
And then it goes from me to you, and we keep going around. We pick them. Best, 3 out of 5 wins. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we determine what is the best month of PlayStation Plus by the end of this. So it should be a fun conversation. We will not be talking about anything else though. So if you should just hang out. Yeah. So 2018 was, in my opinion, I think a pretty good year for PlayStation Plus. A lot of these games, though, I feel like we played the prior year, so I'm really kind of confused. But I think it kind of just speaks on my aging. It's just the fucking blur at this point.
Just smashed in.
Especially with all these games, a lot of these I played before they even came out on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
So I'm like getting confused.
Maybe
now.
it's like a deja vu thing.
Yeah,
Like, did I?
because I'm looking
this?
at like
every month?
Bloodborne, I'm looking at Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, I'm looking at Telltale's Batman, I'm looking at Trials Fusion, XCOM 2. These are all games I played, and yeah,
You said Deus Ex was your game of the year.
for 2016.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so it'd probably be pretty weighty for me in the brackets. Anything you guys want to say before we jump into this? About anything at all? Just be like, yeah, dude, my life's going great, or man, things could be going a lot better. I liked Knack. Who wants to fucking say that one?
who wants to die on that hill?
Who wants to do Custer's last stand on that fucking game?
I'm gonna take that as a no.
No.
Nobody.
Cody, how the hell you been? You haven't been on a little bit.
Pretty good, man.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
All right, it's good. It's good to know.
Things are good.
Chris, how you doing? You been working?
Tired.
Tired? Yeah, I feel you.
Blisters.
Huh?
Blisters.
This blisters.
Blisters.
I've been up since 8 a.m. today.
Cody been up early too.
I've been up since 7.
Big dick fucking competition. I've been up since
dick
10 a.m.
conference.
and it's a big dick conference. You're at the big
I
dick
went to
conference.
bed at 7:30 a.m.
Chevy's wild, dude.
He's in the future.
I like how that makes sense. I'll just agree with it. All right, let's jump into this. So, yeah, like I said, we have the bracket. We're going to be going down the line, and we're going to get to the very end of what game was the best, or what month was the best month of PlayStation Plus of 2018. If you're like, it's for 2019, it was last year. We're going to talk about last year. Yeah, so let's just jump the fuck into it. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right, so in January, we had Deus Ex Mankind Divided and Telltale's Batman. Deus Ex Mankind Divided was the second in the newer versions of the Deus Ex series. Adam Jensen, you go around these kind of open areas, not quite open world, and you do a lot of cyberpunk shit. And then Telltale's Batman, it's a Batman game, it's a Telltale game. Telltale, rest in peace. And then we have against it, March, which was Bloodborne and Ratchet and Clank. Bloodborne being a Soulsborne game made by the fucking dudes themselves from Software, and Ratchet and Clank being a remake is a remake of the
Like a
original.
remastered, sort of. Yeah.
I thought they kind of
It's a reboot. It's a soft reboot.
yeah, which is a third-person platformer from the PS2 era. Yeah, so we're just starting with Chevy. You get to set the pace of where we're going with this, and dive into what we're thinking.
So obviously, since we do this annually,
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure on how we did this. So I'm talking about both months and then picking a month, right?
You can literally just start out and say this month. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Okay. Well, okay, that'll make it pretty easy for me then. I'm gonna have to just call it on March.
Okay.
I think you have two really solid games there, and actually, and I don't want to discredit January too much because those are also, I think, really good games. I did really enjoy Batman, and I think Deus Ex is a well-made game. But I think March, I mean, the amount of, even though I can't play Bloodborne, the quality of the game there is really good. And then Ratchet and Clank, I have a soft spot for anyways, and I thought it was a very respectfully done reboot of the series.
You actually bought Ratchet and Clank, didn't
Did
you?
when it came out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I remember actually talking to you about that. So,
Yeah.
I really like that game a lot. I think they really did it well. I'd love to see them continue doing that, though with recent success with a different game they've made, they might be doing that instead now. So,
Which game?
Spider-Man.
Same guys?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're not making Ratchet and Clank.
No.
That sucks.
So, yeah, I mean, it's not like a landslide victory by any means. I just have to emphasize that. I just think March is a stronger month overall. And that is mostly because I didn't find that much enjoyment personally in Deus Ex, and I've played a lot of Telltale games, and even though the Batman one is very good, they're all kind of similar. So
Yeah. All right, so that's 1 for March. All good reasons. I'm going to go next, and I'm just going to say it. Fucking March beats January, 100%. The reason being for me is Bloodborne is an awesome game. I'm not going to tell you why. Like, it's fucking awesome. It's just like Dark Souls with a little bit of that kind of Victorian, almost steampunkness to it. Has a oh god, what's his fucking name? The guy who does the Cthulhu shit.
I know what you're talking
H.P.
Lovecraft.
Lovecraft.
Lovecraft. It's very Lovecraftian in its design, which I love, even though I couldn't remember the guy's fucking name. It's just a stellar game. And then Ratchet and Clank was good. It was good. The weakness in January is not Deus Ex Mankind Divided. That was my game of the year for 2016, so I very much love that game. But Telltale's Batman was okay for me. So for me, March just is a way stronger month. You can't even compare the two really. So I got to go with March. It's 2 votes. Cody can decide this or keep it going. It is up to him.
I'm going March. Have to go March. I mean, it was coming up. I mean, those 2 games stacked up against January, it's landslide.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm even biased with Bloodborne, but also with Ratchet and Clank, because Chevy was saying, I love those games. There's always going to hold a torch in my heart. So, yeah, Bloodborne and Ratchet and Clank.
All right, so that is a winner for March. Seemed like a pretty easy decision. Now, of course, we're going to go into what Josh and Chris would pick as well, because they have to have voices as well. But March just fucking steamrolled January, which sucks because January is a month I like. My birthday's in that month.
I was gonna vote for March also. I loved Deus Ex. It was a sequel. It was everything you wanted in a sequel.
Yeah, they fixed everything that was wrong with the first one.
Yeah.
100%.
But when I played Batman, I was still in the weird adventure game fatigue that kind of set in over the past year. So
here's a fun thing, not to interrupt you real quick, but I was watching last year's episode where we did this, and on the adventure ones, you were really fucking critical. You're like, I fucking hate these games. So at least this time you're being a little more like, I was in fatigue of them, but last year you're like, fuck those things.
Yeah, so my fatigue was still setting it, or was still there.
Yeah.
But March is Bloodborne.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who likes Souls games will like Bloodborne. And then Ratchet and Clank was a faithful and well done soft reboot of the damn series. So it's just, to me, better value and just a better time had in March.
And it's interesting too, because I actually think both those months are really good value. It's just one's just better. So it's like, because I keep looking at January, I'm like, that's a good month. That sucks it's getting knocked out that quick, because that one against something else would have went further. But
yeah, for sure.
yeah. Chris?
Well, this is not too hard for me. It's also March. I beat Ratchet and Clank all the way through, and I still have Bloodborne installed on my PlayStation. So, I mean, Deus Ex is a really good game, and Telltale's Batman, like you said, was all right. It just kind of held me back. Just wasn't in the mood for a long narrative, choose your options type game. It's a month. But yeah, Bloodborne is still that's really carried March really heavy for me. It's just I still play it. I still have it installed.
Yeah, I purchased it obviously when it came out, and I played it enough that that I enjoyed it. But that was one of the rare months where I actually beat a game, was Bloodborne. So I mean, I think we all kind of agree that it's Bloodborne. Like, I don't know, I can't sit here and explain it. Everybody just understands. Like, it's that good. So, and then Ratchet and Clank was just a good supplementary game with it. Like, it was just also good. So, all right, well, that was fucking everybody picking March, so that one's going strong. The next 2 months we had were February, which we had Knack and Rhyme, and April, which we had Mad Max and Trackmania Turbo. Now, the last bracket, we had 2 real strong hitters. This one, I feel like we got another 2 kind of meh hitters, in my opinion. I start this one off, right? Fuck, okay. So yeah, we had Knack and Rhyme. If you didn't get a chance to play, Knack is a attempt at a third-person platformer. Rhyme is an attempt at a team eco game, which was fine. And then April we had Mad Max, which was fucking the dudes who do Just Cause, Avalanche,
Studios.
yeah.
Rage 2.
And Rage 2, the guys who are doing that, they made this very car combat heavy game, but third person as well. And then Trackmania Turbo, which is just fucking a zany racing game where you can make your own tracks and do a bunch of crazy upside down shit. I already kind of alluded to it a little bit, so I'm just going to say it. I'm picking April easily. I think Mad Max was a pretty good game. I didn't beat it, but I did enjoy what I played of it. I think the car combat is really fucking fun. I'd like to see more games do that. And Trackmania Turbo is a fun game if, like, you know, it's there and I want to play and I hop in. I'm not going to have a bad time. The reason it's so easy for me to pick this, though, is because I did not like Knack. I know a couple other people who did not like Knack. Don't talk for them. And Rhyme was okay. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't bad. It was just okay. So February was kind of a weak month in general because there's one game I thought was like half decent. The other game I thought was very lazily made. And April was just a stronger month. So that's one vote for April. Cody.
It's gonna be April as well, for the same reason. I remember when Neck came out, it looked like it was gonna be a fun game, and then it really was disappointing. It was like a launch.
Yeah, it was a launch title.
Yeah.
And they
was to
like,
show off the
touted,
particle
yeah,
effects.
they like
It
touted
looked
all
cool.
the particle
Yeah.
effects.
I mean, it really looked cool. I did not play Rhyme, but it just didn't really seem like something I'd be into. So I just pushed it to the side. I could do all those games. But Mad Max was really, really fun. I played it. I bought it on PC when it first came out and played a little bit of it, so it was free. I actually played a lot more of it, but the car combat's awesome. The fact that you can harpoon people through their car and then pull them out of it, it's pretty sick. I like that.
That was that game I bought for PC for $15 mid fucking shoot with you.
Yeah, because
We were talking about something, and you're like, "Oh yeah, it went for sale," and I'm like,
yeah, because it like just fucking released.
"Yeah." It was like 3 days later.
Yeah.
It's $15, and you're like, "Oh, it's $15." I'm like, "Where?" And then the episode just like jump cuts. I went and bought it right that second. Anyway,
But that game is worth. That is a really solid. I feel like those games, they always put out something that's like less. It's more of like like a racing game. You can just hop in whatever. Rocket League is like one of those games too. But Mad Max is like a really like kind of heavy game that it would take to do everything in that game would take forever.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of a good investment. Worth the money for that month.
any thoughts on Trackmania?
No, I mean not like I was just piggybacking on what you said about
Yeah.
it, but it's just kind of like a game you can just hop in and just like a zany racing game. I'm just gonna copy completely what you said.
Yeah.
It's a zany racing game. So it's fun.
It is that.
Oh.
Josh, are you gonna keep the ball alive, or are you ready to fucking kill it?
Hell no, this is getting slam dunked into April. Knack, I don't remember Rhyme at all. To be 100% honest.
That's not a good month then.
Yeah, and then Knack, I was just never. I played it for like, I don't know, it was a good half hour, and I was like, all right, I'm kind of done with this.
The biggest problem is the design. Enemies are just there. They all attack at the same time. They all shoot at the same time. There wasn't like a whole lot of like development in it. It was just like, okay, we made the map. Throw the enemies in there. Well, how are they gonna react? Just have them attack the guy. Okay.
Yeah. My thing with that, and then with April, Mad Max, I picked it up. I was stupid and had to pay $60 for the fucking thing, even though a few
Who
days
could have
later.
known?
Yeah, even though for a few days later it went on super sale. But
Super sale, dude.
no, I actually sat down and I beat the game. It was kind of cool. Like you faced off against Immortan Joe's son. He's the bad guy in the game.
Spoiler alert.
Scrotus.
And
What's his name?
but it was fun to salvage parts to upgrade your car.
Savage
They
cars,
really
bro.
made the car almost like a character in the game. And
He was more of a character than fucking Max was.
yeah, and whoever the hell Quasimodo was. In the
Chum
show.
Bucket.
Chum Bucket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chum Bucket. And
Old
Magnum
chum
opus.
sampler.
Fucking
Yeah.
Magnum opus.
yeah, but and then
the black hand. Where the fuck he's talking about?
and Trackmania was a very serviceable racing game
That's the way I
with
put it.
unique customization or custom tools to build your own tracks. So that game is one of those games you need to have kind of a creative mind to like really enjoy. Like they gave you some, but you're going to get the most out of it once you build your own. A lot like how like Little Big Planet was.
The track editor too. Shout out to it. Like it was pretty decent, but I also appreciated that it was like idiot proof because you could literally just hold X and it would just make them fucking. It would just it would suggest parts as you went. So if you just mashed X, it would just go.
Just make a track.
So if you're just like, I don't know what to do, and you just fucking hit the button, it's gonna do it for you. So
Yeah. So in that regard, April's my month.
Chris, what would you have picked?
Well, I'm pretty sure if you go back and watch our Plus Club for February, I said "fuck Knack." So the game's a flaming hot piece of garbage.
You gotta get so aggressive. Knack didn't do anything to you.
I was so mad about
Wasted
that.
his time.
There's a Knack 2. It did well enough. Because there's like 3 games to buy at the time.
Rhyme was an okay game. I mean, it didn't catch my attention. It kind of reminded me of Journey, which was a fun experience game, but I didn't get too deep into it. Mad Max definitely is carrying April for me, though. Trackmania Turbo was okay. I didn't really care for it too much, but I didn't see too much wrong with it. But I spent most of my time playing Mad Max, so April is probably the stronger winner for me here.
Yeah, all of those. I played Mad Max the most, so I feel that. All right, well, that's 4 for April, so it's fucking steamrolled again. This is going to be a real short fucking episode of this. Chevy.
Streamlined.
I mean, yeah, it's 5 for 5 for April. And I share some of Chris and some of Josh's statements in this, which is fuck Knack, and I don't remember Rhyme. So February is irrelevant.
Got him.
And then Mad Max is a very fun game. My only problem with it is I think it's missing some stuff when it comes to like not being in the car, but otherwise it's
Yeah,
it's a
100%.
fun game.
Yeah.
And then Trackmania Turbo, there's not a lot of games like this, so it really I think is kind of, even if it's not like my type of thing, I think it's a very important game to give access to people because you kind of get the same thing you get with Trials, but you also get creative tools, which I'm always a fan of when games allow people to kind of take and create their own community and have their own tools to build on and stuff like that. So
Yeah, as long as it's done well, because that kind of... Sometimes I'm like, they just want the community to make the content so they can keep the game alive. But it's always kind of cool when it's the tools are good enough that people can get really creative and it keeps it alive in a way that's like more interesting than just like, hope you guys make the maps because we're not.
Trials did a good job with that.
Yeah.
Their creative tools are like pretty robust. So
Far Cry 5 also.
and there's and in the case of like the type of game it is, there's like almost
Same
nothing
thing,
else like it. So
Mario Maker.
Mario Maker.
Yeah. So 5 for April. Anything else you want to add to that?
nope.
Spanked it.
Yeah, that fucking spanked it. I looked at that and I looked at it weird because in May we had Beyond Two Souls and Rayman Legends. I'll say it real quick. And then in July we had Absolver and Heavy Rain. So I think it's interesting that we're going to have Heavy Rain versus Beyond Two Souls, both made by Quantic Dream. Shout out to Detroit, Become Human. Make sure to go play it if you didn't get to play it. So yeah, May we had Beyond Two Souls, which is a Quantic Dream game where it is kind of a choose your own adventure, narrative-driven story game where you make choices and have consequences to that. And that you played the chick with Aiden, like Ghost Boy, and Rayman Legends, which is kind of a low-key popular platformer, 2D platformer of the Rayman series. It has a cartoony style, it has a very French style, very musically oriented, which is interesting. And in July we had Absolver, which is a online kind of brawler fighting game. that kind of follows loosely kind of the Dark Souls formula in its map design. And then again, Heavy Rain, which is a Quantic Dream, choose your own adventure, narrative driven. Choices have consequences, but a little less than the newer games. Game that was completely fucking broken for me, and I think Chevy. Wasn't it broken for you?
Oh yeah.
I have the video
yeah.
of mine. If you
Oh yeah, I fucking remember that.
For a moment there, I was trying to think of what you're talking about, but no, I remember.
Oh, I won't forget. So that definitely goes into one of my grades. So
Yeah.
fuck. Okay. So yeah, we have those 2 months. I think Cody starts off.
Yep.
So yeah, take your time, think about it.
You know what? I'm gonna take.
If you insist.
You know, it's really I have a soft spot for Heavy Rain. I remember when I first played that game, I wasn't into games like that at all, and I just remember like, I'll pop it in and play. I think it was probably one of your guys' copies, and or Chevy's copy. Did you have it?
was Rob's.
That was a Rob copy. For
Rob
sure.
copy.
Yeah.
Rob copy. Broccoli Rob copy. But I remember playing it, and I remember like getting being
You
like
got
really
ripped it?
sweaty. No.
Oh.
I just remember playing the game,
Yeah.
and like I think someone else was watching me play it, and I remember just being like my fingers were getting sweaty. Like it was the first game that I was like really. It was like a really intense.
When it
episode
came
of
out,
the
it was
show.
fucking intense.
It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And in the first like 2 minutes, there was like a shower scene with the chick. I was like, whoa, this game is rated M for mature. What?
Rated M for
This was
beat
like
my meat.
7 years ago.
This is rated M for meat, dog. Time to beat this meat.
God.
And I played. I didn't play Absolver. I really didn't. Just one of those games. I just remember seeing Heavy Rain. But I download all these games every time they come out, and I'll go back and I'll play them all. But Heavy Rain was the one that stood out in July. Beyond Two Souls. That was the one. That it was Ellen Page, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was that whole thing where she had her game, and then from Last of Us, there was like that whole controversy where she looked too much like Ellen
The
Page.
original Ellie
Yeah.
looked very similar, but they changed her. So
But I thought that anyway, that whole thing, but with her in that game,
fucking dragging them under the bus.
show you.
Remember that time they fucking ripped her off?
But I remember that game not getting good reviews. I remember it was not.
Oh, dude,
well received.
this was the first time I played it, and I had 2 people tell me, you gotta play this, because they're like the 3 people who played it.
Yeah.
2 of the 3 people who played it. They're like, it's really good. I'm like, really? No one fucking talked about it. They're like, yeah, it was really good. I'm like, I thought that was like kind of like the end of Quantic Dream.
Who's the other character? Was it like William Dafoe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Green Goblin.
Which I remember the mocaps being like really good.
put my wife and daughter in purgatory. That happens in it. Okay. And Ellen Page is like, no, I didn't do it. I didn't know. No, I didn't. He's like, bitch. Just breaking shit.
Man, I wish I could hear words there.
That's the whole fucking, that's the whole game, dude. I played it.
Um,
Did you play Rayman?
I did. I played a lot of Rayman. Actually, I played a lot of Rayman on the Vita. It was like one of the only games that I had on the Vita.
I got
Yeah.
confused. I thought you said Rain Man. I was like, is that a game?
I watched Rayman on Vita.
Hot water burn baby. Yeah, I like Rayman. It's just a really solid platformer. Like it's,
Dude, that Whoa Black Betty fucking. Just fucking little goblin people.
gets you into it.
Yeah, it's dope.
I'm really kind of bummed out outside of obviously what we're doing here, but that you out of most people didn't try Absolver because that seems like something you would like.
Yeah,
actually.
me too.
I think you would've dug it.
Yeah, and after this, I will probably check it out. I mean,
You did download it, so you have
Oh,
it.
yeah, I have
I
it,
think
yeah.
you should try it. I think it's up your alley.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say buy it, but if you have it,
that was mine. dog.
try it, dude.
Yoinked it. I yoinked it.
All right, I'm
Dude,
gonna,
hold on. Did you pick him up?
I did.
No.
I did not.
Yeah, he just told me. He just told us what he.
These games are great.
Yeah.
Josh's like,
Yeah, he's ready to fucking get fuck
he's got an
him.
opinion. May. I'll go May.
May?
Yeah, May is really, yeah. Because Beyond Two Souls is a game that I know a little bit about, and I will. I definitely want to play it.
Defoe and me play it. Willem Dafoe.
Damn, Chris is fucking done
He
with
hates
that.
it, dude. He hates it.
It was a firefight.
It's a movie.
It is.
I got mixed up on months.
You
Which
blew
one?
his fucking mind.
Which one?
So in May we had Beyond Two Souls and Rayman Legends, and in July we had Absolver and Heavy Rain.
Okay, so I'm just gonna come out and say May.
It's gonna be May.
Between Rayman and Absolver, I kind of just put them on even keel. I thought they were both really neat games. But
This is just the fucking steamroller fucking episode.
Quantic Dream, their two games, Beyond Two Souls, in my opinion, was the better game. Heavy Rain was good when I bought it the first time for PS3. And then when I played it again this time, it didn't have the magic. But Beyond Two Souls kind of did. So I was like, all right, I really like that. So I'm going to go with that month.
May.
May. I already lost a month again.
Whichever
I was
one
like,
fucking that was.
fuck.
So that's 2 for May.
Yeah.
Chris, you can keep it alive or you can fucking do it to him.
Exit.
So the Quantic Dream games are. I beat both of them. I played all the way through. I was really caught by them. So I'm gonna judge this more based on the two side games that came with it for me. So Rayman Legends and Absolver. And I tried my hardest to like Absolver and enjoy my time in Absolver.
You did try hard.
I just couldn't get into it. Something about it just wasn't clicking for me. I tried all the different fighting variations that you started off with, and just nothing was snapping in for me. On the other hand, Rayman Legends, I played a shit ton of, especially those music levels. I played those levels over and over again because I really like rhythm games. Really, really like them. So for me, I'm going to go steamroll here with May, Beyond Two Souls, and Rayman Legends. It was just a superb month for me.
You see, we're flying through this shit, but all these fucking banger months are gonna have to go against each other.
Yeah.
So this is where it'll get interesting. But most or last 2 years we've had like a little more of a competition, but this one's just fucking going right through.
They should have shuffled them months.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, yeah, let's do it how we did last year. Next time we'll do it a little more.
You can like randomize it or something.
Yeah, should.
I mean, in all fairness, this is randomized still because we didn't know what was going to be in each month. So,
Fair. That's fair.
all right.
That's fair. Chevy.
Fuck, he's already ready to go the next month.
No, I was trying to think of how I wanted to word
It's
this.
over, dog.
So, like Seth, had a difficult time in July because Heavy Rain just did not work on my PlayStation. And so it's nothing against the game itself, but the version of the game we were offered didn't work. So
Which is part of our
half the month's gone.
yeah.
So by default on that, I have to say May wins, which kind of sucks. I think Absolver has some good qualities to it. It is not my type of game. I don't like versus games, and the bot fighting is neat, but there's a lot of practice that goes into the combat in that game. I don't have time, but I do really appreciate it. Rayman is okay for me. I know I was actually kind of expecting the game to just be meh the whole time, and when I did play it, I did find some enjoyment in it. So, and then Beyond Two Souls I beat, which says a lot, I think. So,
But what does it say? A lot. Do you like it?
I did like it. Yeah,
All right.
it has some weak chapters in it, but overall, I think the story was good. So,
Some weak Ellen pages in it. All right. So I don't get a fucking say in this, but it's fine because I would have picked May as well, and I would still pick May even if Heavy Rain worked correctly. But the frame rate was fucked. You couldn't play that game at all. He's flying off his bed in the very beginning of the game. That was a big red flag because I've played this game in the past. I don't remember the anti-grav
Levitation.
fucking bed. That's that Tempur-Pedic fucking no grav.
that'd be wonderful.
And then, yeah, I got up and it was like fucking claymation. He's like, just fucking. I was like, this is unplayable. Luckily, I played it in the past, so I know the game's okay. Absolver's fine, but it's missing a lot. I really want an Absolver. I said this when we talked about it before, but I really want an Absolver 2 because I think they have the framework. There's the right use of that fucking word. To make a really good game. They just didn't nail it because, small team, I'm sure, small budget. Hopefully made enough to make a second one because I think they got a really cool idea. just not realized. May was a really good month. Beyond Two Souls, probably my second favorite Quantic Dream game. Detroit Become Humans, way better. Play that. But it was pretty good. I enjoyed it enough. There's some things about it that were kind of cheesy, but I'm not an Ellen Page fan, so every time she's talking, I'm like, meh. But she did fine. She says nothing for me in any way. She talks. I'm like, hey, are you acting or are you just talking? What's going on here? Rayman Legends, I actually really fucking liked a lot. I liked the art style. I thought the platforming and the controls were tight. I thought the content unlocks were really good. I think the level design's really fucking neat. I love the style, and the musical parts were a good, just added, just like frosting on the cake. Like, it didn't even need those parts, but when they happen, you're just like, this is fucking dope. I really like this. And again, level design's really neat. I like how you go from foreground to background and hop all over the place. The only thing about it is, like, man, those designs are really French, man. Everything's just very about the way it looks.
There's a lot of that noise too.
Fucking.
But a lot of mouthless people.
Only time that Will Black Betty was like a banger.
Yeah, I hate that song. But when it was like playing, they're all popping out of the casket, you're stomping on them and shit. I was like, this is pretty cool. So yeah, May fucking just destroys fucking July, even if Heavy Rain was working as it was intended. It was really interesting too with Heavy Rain because me and you experienced the same lag, but because I have a Pro and you have a like the standard PS4.
You could move a little bit.
Mine was like claymation. Yours was like
Slideshow.
Was like a 7-Eleven security footage.
so like my Pro was working. Yeah, pretty much CCTV shit. Because like yeah, my Pro like it was working real fucking hard with that extra juice, that extra power to get that to look like at least artistic. Oh, it's claymation. It's playable. Chevy's, it was just like, oh fuck, how do I play this?
In fact, I think I remember you mentioning at Plus Club, you're like, I don't know if this is like a fucking an artistic like design choice or what this is.
'Cause I was just looking, I'm like, why is it missing like
Just bad porting.
2 frames every 6 frames?
Yeah.
Yeah. So far we got March, April, and May making it to the next part.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. All 3 in a row, huh?
Yeah.
Triple May.
Springs on there.
Yeah. Next we have June and August. So in June we had, I think we're gonna get finally a good fucking versus here. In June we got XCOM 2 and Trials Fusion. And in case you didn't play those, XCOM 2 is a tactical strategy game where you essentially move soldiers that are randomly generated to positions. If they die, they perma-die, so you have to get a new guy and build them up, and you fight aliens, essentially. And then Trials Fusion is... Trials Fusion is a Trials game. It's a 2D perspective motorcycle game where you go through courses and you try and get from point A to point B as fast as you can without crashing. And it is a game that I enjoy ripping my hair out to. And then in August, we had Mafia 3 and Dead by Daylight. Mafia 3 is the third, obviously, in the series of Mafia games that are open world crime games similar to Grand Theft Auto that are more based in a historical, more realistic sense. And then Dead by Daylight, which is a competitive, almost arena-based, horror-themed 4v, or is it 3v1? Fuck, I haven't played this game in a while.
4.
It's 4. Okay, so it's 5-player. 4v1 player game where one person plays a killer trying to stop 4 people from starting generators to escape. Yeah, so that's what we had. Josh, you're up first.
And what one was Dead by Daylight in?
Dead by Daylight's in August.
I'm going to choose August. One, and I'm just going to get down to the nitty-gritties. It's one of the only games that I played out of Plus Club, and I've spent money on it. So
Yeah.
I bought Killers. So, I mean, that, I always liked it enough to play it. You and I played it together.
I still need to go back and play it. I fucking love that game.
Yeah, they added another killer. So yeah, so that game alone was a blast. XCOM and Trials Fusion, although absolutely strong month. My XCOM 2 has some of the most frustrating percentage chances.
Not just yours. Everybody's.
In any game that I've ever played that's like dice roll.
Yeah, I don't believe them when they say that you're rolling a die in that game.
Yeah.
I don't think it's random.
Yeah, like you can literally be in the next tile over from the guy, and it's like you have a 68% chance to hit him. I'm like, one, why is it 68%? I was like, and two, you're gonna miss him anyway. Like
I've seen fucking upwards of 89% chance to hit at point blank range and just completely miss the motherfucker.
Let me put it this way. So, in a lot of games where you can miss, you're like, oh shit, I missed. Most of the time you're hitting though. In this game, it seemed like most of the time you're missing, and then when you hit was that rare treat.
Dude, it's like 90% of the time you're not hitting.
Yeah, so
It's like what, humans are fucked.
yeah,
It's
it was
just all I got.
Yeah, it was frustrating.
As far as those guys didn't trip when they fucking left the building and fucking died on that.
Yeah, and then I was really annoyed at the fucking mind control aliens and shit like that too. And
Which start like in the second fucking level.
Yeah.
It's really quick.
There's like no ramping up. It's just like, here it is.
yeah, and then all of a sudden
Dickhead.
half your team's taken, they're freaking out, and yeah. So and
Yeah,
like
your characters will shoot at the aliens and someone's like, oh my fucking god, and then they run off. And I'm like, this is the best you could fucking get?
yeah. Yeah, after XCOM 1, you know, like we don't have hardened people yet, because it was a direct continuation. But anyway, and Trials Fusion, as simple as that game is, because you're literally hitting gas, brake, forward, and back, but it is some of the most fun and frustrating shit you can play.
I just try to beat his score every time I get on it.
Yeah, that whole
Fucking-
month we were kind of just
That's everybody.
trying
Wow.
to fucking beat our scores.
Oh, I did. I went through and beat everybody's score.
Yeah,
And
you
then,
went
like I
back.
said,
I went back and showed
earlier-
everybody. Except for Chevy on 1. I couldn't beat him.
being able to customize or being able to do custom tracks and stuff like that and download them and share them with the
Dirty
community was a very welcome treat. So yeah,
Sneaky treat.
it was a very strong month, but Dead by Daylight does beat it out. What was the other game with Dead by Daylight?
Mafia 3.
Oh, goddamn. I'm not on my balls today. And then
Right, good.
Plural.
Then Mafia 3 was, ever since Mafia, I've loved the Mafia series, and Mafia 2 was awesome for how little. It says a lot because the story of that game was so good that I forgot that you barely did anything outside of the fucking story.
Yeah, there's nothing to do in that world.
Yeah, and
there's
then-
like things you can collect. That's it.
Yeah, and then they kind of brought that over to Mafia 3. There wasn't really a whole lot of side
Years
activities.
later.
Yeah, and as much as I wanted an evolution of it, the story did hold up, and it's still strong. And the voice acting was really good, other than you're playing as Bigfoot. Because he's fucking like 9 feet tall, and everybody's
He's big. I
Everybody's
don't know
a
how he fits in cars.
tiny fucking boy.
He always run up to these toy cars and fucking open the door. I'm like, how you gonna get in there? And
Yeah.
he fucking squeezes in easy. I'm like, okay. And then we drive, and then he run to the next car. I'm like, how you gonna get in that one? And
Yeah.
he goes,
Let's put like the Dick Tracy like costume on him where he's got the
Oh, yeah.
big coat and the hat. He looks real big then.
I just had him in that
Just
turtleneck,
flopping
looking like
around.
he's a fucking assassin.
Looking like he's the Rock. That picture of the Rock
Yeah.
with a fucking
Pretty
fanny pack.
much. I wish I had the fanny pack.
Yeah, but
Keep the pistol.
But between that game and Dead by Daylight, my value in that month was fucking amazing. So
Your value, just like your XCOM 2. Chris.
Well, I also remember hating XCOM 2, but I really enjoyed Trials Fusion, so that one's a little harder to judge. Mafia 3 was okay for me. It wasn't amazing, but Dead by Daylight was like king for me. This is a game that, although I don't play a lot of, I watch people stream it daily, like non-stop, hours upon hours of people playing this game. So for me, it's going to be August. It's not much of a competition for me.
That game
Like I said,
literally almost gave you a heart attack, too.
it did. I was screaming to the microphone.
We did like 5 matches, and you're like, okay, I gotta stop. I'm gonna have a heart attack. I was like, okay, it's probably a good reason to stop.
It's so good. It's so good, though. And they're constantly adding to it. So, as long as you keep that game going, it's great.
When they came out recently, he said that they're going to be supporting for years. So that's really cool to know because I really enjoyed that game. All right. Chevy.
I gotta get back on track here. All
I
right.
remember what was in what?
I was trying to remember the months in general. So June was the month of frustrations. So Trials Fusion is I actually bought that game when I bought my PS4. So it was one of the first games I had for PS4. And I played the crap out of it. I really enjoy the game. I think it has the right amount of frustration where it's motivating. I also think that the leaderboard aspect of it, though I'm not personally very competitive, it obviously works out very well for people because you just got done saying that you like had to go through and like beat people's scores, and I know you said the same thing. I think so. It's really neat in that regard. I also think it has like 4-player at the same time.
Yeah, it does.
Playability as well, which is
frustrating shit too.
So I don't know. I really have a soft spot for Trials of Fusion, and it fits right into the same category as Trackmania, where there's just not a lot of these type of games, and it's kind of ironic we got 2 of them in the same year.
Yep.
So I do think,
and we got new Trials coming out, which I'm stoked for.
we do, which is really cool.
I completely forgot about that.
Definitely a fan of that series. XCOM 2 is frustrating in the wrong way, as was already emphasized.
Yeah, that was the pull your hair out of your fucking head month.
Yeah, it was
Good and
100%.
bad.
Yeah, I mean, the gray in the beard increased that year.
Aged
or
3
month.
years in that 1 month.
I really liked the original XCOM, and then I was really excited to play XCOM 2, and they obviously wanted to like make a continuation off of XCOM and kind of have that same feel, but I think they went a little too far.
You should like keep your fucking characters from the last game or something.
Well, and
Starting
yeah,
off like that.
and I don't know, it feels broken the whole time, even though the game obviously works fine.
Doesn't feel fair.
Yeah,
I mean, well, that's just
It's not even like balanced in like
balance
a
is wrong.
playable
Exactly.
way. Yeah.
So I have a hard time with that one. As far as August, Mafia 3 is not my type of game, but I do think it's a very well-made game. I actually really like the characters in the game a lot.
Especially Sasquatch.
Well, and it's really weird. I usually don't look at a game and go, I love the characters and blah, blah, blah. You know, like I might like the main character, but I don't ever think about like all the characters and everyone I interacted with in Mafia 3, I was like, I believe these are people. Like, these are really well done. So.
One thing those guys do really well is tell a fucking story. And regardless of the shortcomings of Mafia 3, it has a really well told story and really good mechanics.
For sure. And dialogue is done really
good,
well
yeah.
in the game. So I have a lot of appreciation for the work that went into Mafia 3. I just couldn't sit down and continue playing it. And the Dead by Daylight is a game I cannot play at all, but I actually think it's probably one of the most fun games to watch in a competitive sense. And I don't like competitive games, but there's just something about that game that just really works. I watched you play it just to kind of get an idea of it, and I ended up just sitting there and watching you play a bunch of matches. So obviously that speaks really highly of it.
I was at my peak too. He was watching me wreck. That's extra good to watch.
So this is weird for me because like the only game here I enjoy playing is Trials Fusion, but I found more enjoyment in total in August.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, so August is my winner.
And August is the winner.
Yeah,
It is.
which is and like I said, it's weird because I won't play those games, but I do think they are. I think it's a better month.
This is gonna get fucking tough. We're picking all the good ones. Yeah, so obviously we got our winner already, August, but just to kind of briefly go through this real quick, I would have picked August as well. The only reason I just easily would pick August is because XCOM 2. But Mafia 3 was the weaker of the two in my opinion. Like you said already, and I kind of added a bit, the storytelling's really good, the gameplay's really good. When I was playing it, I forgot how much I enjoyed the shooting mechanics, the cover mechanics, the stealth mechanics. I really like when you shoot people in the game, they actually take the hit where you shoot them, and they will actually collapse in a really realistic way, which is very visceral. It makes the shootouts feel really fucking intense. So the only shortcomings of Mafia 3 was the lack of activities to do in the world feeling slightly empty, and not really worth exploring, and technical bugs that I ran into. Dead by Daylight I fucking loved. I always was interested in playing it. I bought it on PC a long time ago. For some reason I couldn't connect as a killer, so I just refunded it on Steam. So I didn't get a fair chance at that, but coming back to it on PS4, I fell in love with the game. Absolutely love it. It's probably one of my favorite games on PlayStation Plus all of last year. So
It's actually free to play on PC right now.
Is it?
Yeah,
Well,
it's like $10.
Shit, I might have done.
But free to play on
I'm not
PlayStation
starting
if you
over.
already had it.
Yeah. So yeah, Dead by Daylight alone wins August for me easily. But XCOM 2, like Chevy said, I was a huge fan of XCOM. I bought XCOM 2 when it came out, and I was like, this game is broken. And I went in the forums, and 98% of everybody accurately hit the mark and said that they also thought the game was broken. And then there's a small contingent of people who were like, get better. And fucking it, they weren't doing well either. They're
Get
just lying.
better at RNG.
Yeah. You better roll that dice, bro. So yeah, whatever. It's very frustrating. In those type of games, you want to have a good balance of like, oh shit, I hit. That was awesome. Like, or even you got a small percentage, you still fucking nail it somehow. And you're like, oh my god, that was fucking dope. Or you get a high percentage, you're like, fuck yeah, I nailed it. And then every once in a while you miss, and you're like, oh damn it. But when you're missing like almost all the time, it just becomes like, what the fuck am I playing this for? Like, it doesn't matter what I do. I've literally so many times in that game were like point blank close to people, and I would shoot them, and the bullets would fly through them, and they go, whoa! Like I just kind of scared them a little bit. At least I did that much. And then my guy would just be like, yeah, I got him. And you're like, you didn't fucking hit shit. And then they would just look at me and go, one shot and kill my guy. And then all my characters just go, oh my god, we're all gonna die! And they run off and shoot each other. And I'm like, is this just like, did I do something wrong in life that I'm being punished for right now? Is Firaxis just like, Seth, you fucked up, and we're really going to let you know? That's what I felt like. I should never play a game and feel like I'm being punished for playing the fucking game, and I bought that game. And then played it again. Here's the thing, too. When I first played it, I was like, this game's broken. Came back on PS4, I'm like, I hope they fixed it. They didn't touch it. It's just the same. So deal with it.
There's mods out now that have fixed it.
Those came out way early on Steam. I mean, they've been out. I hope Firaxis would go, man, okay, if they're making their own fucking
Doesn't
versions.
help on PlayStation though.
Yeah, exactly. And then Trials Fusion. I love Trials. I loved every single Trials I've played so far. I can't wait for the next one. It was definitely the strongest part of June. If it had something to accompany it that wasn't broken, if XCOM 2 was what it should have been, easily probably would have beat out August, because Mafia 3 is pretty good.
I would agree. And like I said, because I actually will play that game.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, if you could have enjoyed XCOM 2, if you could have done it, that would have been a really strong month. And it's just XCOM 2 is a broken game. So, August as well. So I think we've agreed on every single month so far.
Yeah, it's a weird year, apparently.
Yeah. It's got clear fucking winners.
Yep.
All right. And let us know in the comments, too, as we're going down, if you want to get more specific on these, one-on-ones, which ones you would have picked. But at the end, just let us know what you thought. We'll get to that when we get there, though. All right, so the next ones we got. And so far, we got March, April, May, and August. So the next tier we got is September and November. In September, we had Destiny 2 and God of War 3 Remaster, so pretty strong. And then in November, we had Yakuza Kiwami and Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition. These are both pretty interesting months, because I think they both have a pretty strong game and a pretty okay game. Wow. We'll get to that. So who went first last?
Chris gets to go.
Chris gets to go first.
Chris gets to go first. So just to reiterate, Destiny 2 is the sequel to Destiny. It is a loot and shoot faux MMO where you go to a hub, you find people to play with, or you play with your friends, and then you go do missions with 3 others of your friends. There's also PvP, stuff like that, and you get loot, level up, do a bunch of shit. And then God of War 3 is the third of the God of War series before they just really fucking killed it with God of War. And it's remastered, so it was a PS3 game, and you can play that again.
Also, just I think is a good reminder for Destiny 2 that you should be trying to judge that off the base game, not with DLCs. Because we did not get DLCs.
I'll be mentioning that, but it won't be part of my grade. But you're right, 100%. And then in November, we played Yakuza Kiwami, which is the first of the series that's finally starting to get traction here, which is really cool to see. It's a completely remastered, remade version of the original, and it's a third-person action brawler minigame type game, storyline driven game where you play as a member of an exiled member of the Yakuza, trying to kind of clear his name in a way. And then Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition is another remaster. This is all remastered except for Destiny 2. Of a Cliffy B game where you shoot things and you flip things and you throw things and you whip things and you blow things up and you get them scores.
You get them scores.
With a big old wheel. Chases after you. Chris, tell us all about big old wheels and how much you like them.
I'm gonna pass on that one. So Destiny 2 base game, enjoyable, but it kind of felt like more of the same of Destiny, which wasn't a bad thing. Destiny was fun and enjoyable, but once you got to the end of it, you're kind of just like, oh, okay, kind of what. God of War 3. This is actually the first God of War I've ever played, and I beat it. I played it all the way through to give it a fair try, and I was just kind of nonplussed about it. It seemed a little over the top, which we talked about in Plus. It was just a little bit too much gore for the sake of being gore, for the shock value for me. So it was okay. Yakuza Kiwami, there's a lot of love you can see put into this game. If I hadn't known it was a remake, I wouldn't have known. Like it felt like a newer, not like top tier, but it felt like a newer gen video game. It was kind of disconcerting seeing everybody's pores the size of pennies all over their faces.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's weird.
But beyond that, the gameplay itself was really fun. The mini games to kind of explore in the little town that you're in. I didn't feel limited, even though I was technically confined to this little town. And the story is really intriguing to me. Bulletstorm is kind of like God of War in the sense that it feels like a 12-year-old kid made the game. With the amount of swearing for no fucking reason. So, it's a real hard toss-up for me, but in the long run, I'm going to go with a game that feels like it has way more love put into it, which would be Yakuza. So, November is the winner for me.
Not what I expected. All right.
Aha!
That's what I expected.
We have a race now.
We might. All right, so that's one vote for November.
Yeah.
Chevy, you're up next.
So I got to first off say this kind of, depending on how this goes, sucks for Josh having to go last because there's a love note in here for him.
Yeah, Bulletstorm. He loves it.
Yeah. So speaking of Bulletstorm,
He loves buff guys in tight armor.
I'm going to start my opinion off by saying that game is hot garbage. And I'm done talking about it now.
Yakuza?
No, Bulletstorm.
Okay.
Yakuza Kiwami is my first one of this series. Josh has been pestering us to play these a lot, and I finally got to, and I want to play it more.
He
It's
fucking
a fun
pestered me
game.
so much he left his game on my
It's
shelf.
yours now.
It's just mine.
I said borrow this, and then I figure you get to it sometime, but maybe not.
That was depressing.
Way to make me the asshole. Maybe not. Maybe it'll sit there forever.
So Yakuza is a weird one for me because I think the most boring aspect of it is actually fighting people.
Yeah.
I love exploring. I love the story. The characters are great. I love all the extra stuff you can do, and the combat's not bad. It's just the one thing I kind of don't want to do in the game is fight people. To be honest, I just want to keep exploring, and though it is necessary to obviously make sense
assert
of the
your
story.
dominance.
So
It's necessary.
I think if you are even remotely a fan of Japanese culture in the sense of even pop culture, the way the game very much romanticizes all of that, and I think it is amazing in that regard. So it's
Get a job.
exactly. God of War 3 remaster, I think is neat. Is a full game. The obviously theme is very much of its time it came out though, so I don't think it holds up well in that regard. But it is still a fully functioning action game, and I think that a lot of people can still get a lot of enjoyment out of it. Plus, it is kind of neat to go back and see Kratos' roots in that regard. Plus, God of War's storyline is so over the top and just imaginative. It's really neat to be able to see those kind of set pieces and whatnot, even if it has been covered in a lot of excessive language and blood and guts everywhere. So
Athena-chan.
yes, Athena-chan. And Destiny 2 base game, Chris I think kind of said perfectly. It was just more Destiny 1. It is a good game, but I don't think it by itself would be a good $60 game, which I outside of my decision making for this, I think with the DLCs, Destiny 2 has the hook now. I think it has all the stuff it needs, and it needs to base minimum be that in the future. So I really enjoy current Destiny 2 as a product versus what we were given in September. So my biggest deciding factor here is I fucking hated Bulletstorm, and it sucks because I really like Yakuza, but I think there's 2 playable games in September. So September.
That's fair. So 1 for September, 1 for November. Yep. Finally, we got a fight. Okay, so Battle of the Blood Boners. Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition is hot garbage. I thought when it first came out it was that, and I was not surprised to find that it's still that. It's dated. The dialogue and the comedy is for 9-year-olds.
Maybe.
The combat is linear and boring. Some of the items would be better in other games. Realized there, and I just did not enjoy it at all. There's parts of the game that not only was I just like bored, I didn't want to fucking partake in it. So yeah, Bulletstorm was probably one of my most disliked games of 2018. So just let that settle in when it comes to my decision. God of War 3. It's God of War 3. The storyline is interesting. The scale is impressive for PS3 era. I remember when it came out, I was like, holy shit, this game looks amazing. And obviously they kept going with the new God of War because it, again, looks amazing. But the gameplay is not for me. It came out when they got to that point in gaming where they're like, we can really push the envelope on how crazy and gory we can get in games, and let's just make gore for the sake of it. We can render fucking muscles ripping in necks and shit, and we're gonna
Poseidon's eyes.
Yeah, and we
the
can
first 5 minutes of the game,
and we can shock people, and this is what culturally people want right now, and it was very much of its time. But I wasn't into it then. I'm not into it now. So I can appreciate a lot about God of War 3. It's just not for me. It was not. I'm not the demographic. So the 2 games that are the deciding factors outside of I disliked one game and thought one game's not for me. Yakuza Kiwami was a good surprise. It was exactly what I expected. I've played Yakuza before, but never really dived into it. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. Like you said, the combat is my least favorite part of it. It's fun enough, but when you're beating people with motorcycles and shit, it's fun to look at. But when you're not actually like fucking wrecking people with that shit and they keep getting back up, I feel like I'm more just kind of like wasting time in the combat versus the storyline I'm really digging, exploring the world I'm really digging. I like all the quirky things that happen. Everything about that game is just really cool. And it's amazing that that game came out way back on PS2 and they remade it completely and it looks amazing. If you watch a side-by-side comparison, they remade the whole thing. It's a PS4 game. Not the best ever looking, but it's not an up-res game. And they did a really good job with it. And so it was a good treat. Made me a fan of the series. Makes me want to pick up all the games. I hope they do make Kiwami versions of all the Yakuza. That would be an awesome thing to experience. Destiny 2, I'm going to be a little more positive with, even though you guys weren't negative. I started playing it, and I remembered why Destiny and why Bungie's Bungie. It's a very tight fucking shooter. Destiny was as well. I remember when we all got into it. It was a big event. We loved it. We got to the end game. We're like, fuck. What do you do now? I think Destiny 2 did it better. Starting off, it's hard for me to go. It's Destiny 1. They improved so many little things that overall I think it is a better product altogether. And it was so good that when I was done with it, and when I say so good, I mean like it was so good it made me want to buy the DLC. No, it's so good, like it's the best game ever. But yeah, when I got done with it, I wasn't done. Now you can say that's cheap, practice of like offering up enough just to make you want to buy the next thing because I beat it in 3 days. But I got fucking 20, 30 hours out of it, and I didn't take my time. I rushed right through it because originally I was playing it for the channel, and then I ended up getting into it because it has little things in it that you want to keep doing, little hooks. So, yeah, I enjoyed playing it just like Destiny 1, but it had all the things I complained about in Destiny were fixed essentially in it. So it was a good experience for me and made me want to keep playing. And because of that, I ended up buying the DLCs, which I think the first 2 overall are good supplements to it. And I think oh shit, what's the newest one? Forsaken adds a significant chunk that makes it exciting and makes me want a Destiny 3. So Bungie, I know you still got that property. Let's see what you do with that. But I did enjoy Destiny 2 more than I thought I would. In fact, I was making fun of it for the first hour I played it. I played as a joke. I was streaming, and almost I was like, oh, play Destiny 2. I'm like, I guess I got to. And I started fucking playing. I'm like, yep, it's Destiny. And I was just like, I gotta keep leveling. Oh shit, I just got a new gun. Hold on. And I was done joking. I was just like, I gotta fucking keep going. So it had that hook. Also, one big improvement from Destiny to Destiny 2, there's a fucking story.
Yeah.
Even though it's not amazing in the core game, it's
exists.
there.
Yeah.
It's there. So that is what, like, you know, I'm not praising them for doing something amazing. I'm just saying you did what we wanted. Thank you for doing that. Keep that up. So, with that said, I'm gonna go with September. I think Destiny 2 was a game that I put a lot of time into and made me make a purchase. And God of War 3 was fine. Yakuza is really good. Bulletstorm I hate. So November as a month isn't strong enough. So that's 2 for September, 1 for November. Cody.
I didn't play any of those games in November, so cut that real short. Nah, Yakuza seems like a game that I could. Doesn't seem like my type of game, but it just seems like one of those games where I'm just like, what the hell, boot up, and I would probably get into it at some point. Bulletstorm just didn't really seem. It was just on there, so I downloaded it. Apparently, I'm not missing much. Destiny 2, I was really excited about. Bought it when it first came out, and
He's one of those people.
Yep, and immediately disappointed. Well, not immediately, but it was just more of the same game. So
Fairly quickly. Disappointed.
Because the storyline is literally, super short. It's very short. Yeah. God of War 3 is over the top, violent score, like you guys said, ripping God's eyes out and shit.
So much enthusiasm.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We didn't even play one of the months, so fucking what's he supposed to be excited about?
Yeah, what am I excited about? No, but I like God of War. I like God of War. I like those. I like Greek mythology. I like all that stuff. Just senseless, but it just brings me back to like the PlayStation 3 days of the original God of War. It's just more of the same of that. It just looks better.
Definitely.
So I will pick September, obviously.
I would say that'd be wicked if you pick November.
I
like those games.
I'm gonna throw a corkscrew in this whole thing.
But I'm just gonna go fucking with games. I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
Wild card.
That's right. That's why I'm here.
So September wins. We actually had a little bit of a back and forth there.
Yeah.
November, obviously, had a good one. Josh, what would you have picked and why?
September.
Is that the enthusiasm?
Yeah, I guess.
There's something about that
Aim
side of
to
the
him,
table
dude.
that's fucking
So
just
look,
couldn't get to sleep.
Bulletstorm was shit. We've discussed it. It was just garbage.
Yeah.
That game is no fun at all. It might be fun to people, but
No.
who knows?
Let's not humor that.
Nobody. Ever.
God of War 3 was made back when gore was selling and being able to do stuff with gore. It's like, this game's gory. And
It has a big storyline.
people were like, yeah, that's cool. And then, but I was never into God of War 1 or 2 because it was the same thing. I was like, this game's gory. I'm like, who gives a shit? But like the hack and slash part was very hack and slash and
Very hacky, dog.
Hacky and slash.
You fucking
so
hack.
something that, and like Seth, the game's just not for me. Yakuza Kiwami, Yakuza's hands down becoming one of my favorite series ever made.
Which is such a weird one because, like, it doesn't seem like, and I know because we've talked about it many times, but it's not a series I would ever peg you for. But obviously, you've played more than anybody here.
I picked up Yakuza 0 on a whim. So I was like, yeah, it's a new one. Fuck it, let's play it.
Like beating ass.
And it literally made me go out and buy Yakuza Kiwami when it came out. So now I got it for free also. But
Get it for free.
but that game alone isn't enough to take a month. Destiny though, like you said, any problems that I had with Destiny 1 were fixed. And in Destiny 2, the world didn't seem big and open and stupid.
The world's
and
way
like,
better in Destiny 2.
Yeah, and like there's stuff to do constantly. Even if you join little low ranking people on their shit, you're still getting gear for you. So the scaling was done really fucking well. You never really plateaued in gear towards the very, very end game.
The grind, yeah.
Yeah, but like you were always getting, even if it was a point higher for your light level, like you still got better stuff. I think the legendary system was a lot better. It made me want to go out and collect fucking legendaries because you can just make them again, you can craft them.
Yeah,
But it made me want to go out and collect, go out and actually wanted to play more characters.
Yeah, they made them way more interesting.
Yeah,
this time
so,
around.
and that was just in the base game. And then I lied when I said that Dead by Daylight was the only game I spent money on in Plus Club because I bought all 3 of the DLCs for Destiny 2 also.
Yeah, it's kind of genius on their part to go, nobody played Destiny 2, let's just give it to them and then release our brand new DLC and put the other ones on sale.
Yeah, no,
Because I played it, I'm like, this is pretty fun.
it was an absolutely genius fucking idea because Forsaken came out that month.
I would have never
So-
fucking played this game.
Yep.
Otherwise.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I never would have. Yeah, I never would have touched it. But doing the honor system, like you're always trying to like get to the next of everything. So like whether it be your level, whether it be gear level, whether it be your respect or honor, or whatever the hell that's called, with that faction on that planet. You're always working towards something, and it's always rewarding you with something. So I never felt like I was just sitting there spinning my wheels in that game. So September wins.
Yeah. All right, so we're down to the last of the brackets. Chris, you seem disappointed.
Here I am trying to throw a wrench in the gears, and everybody's like, no, same month, September. Everybody picks September.
Let's all do the same month,
I don't
Chris.
know. It was pretty close for me, man.
Don't deviate. It was pretty close, but I definitely got. If there's one game I played a lot, well, there's like 4 games this last year that I played a lot, and Destiny 2 is one of them. So it's hard for me to deny the amount of time I put into it and how much I enjoyed it. So, but yeah, Yakuza, if it had something to back it, it'd be a little more. But I really did not like Boltstorm. It's probably one of my least liked games of that year. So yeah, you're next, right?
Yep.
Okay, so the last 2 we have for this tier is October and December. In October, we had Friday the 13th, very fitting, which is again, like a fucking 7v1, so 8-player survival game, horror-themed survival game, where 7 people are essentially trying to escape the camp, and Jason Voorhees, someone playing him, needs to stop them. There's proximity chat, so you can have really good conversations when you're Jason and you're trying to kill people. I met a lot of very interesting people in that game. And then Laser League, which is a top-down competitive arena game where groups of like 4v4 or 2v2, wherever the fuck, manipulate pillars that create light of their color, and they will move on the arena, and you are essentially trying to get the other team to hit those and sabotage them into falling into those, and they're trying to do the same while still capturing and changing the colors up. It is a interesting premise. And then in December we had Onrush, which is a car combat racing game where you drive around tracks, slam people into shit, do objectives, and work as a team. It's kind of a hybrid between Burnout, MotorStorm, and Overwatch, because the cars are classes that have their own specialties, and it has loot boxes where you can get visual stuff. And then also in December we had Soma, which is made by the same guys who made Amnesia, is a horror themed storyline based game where you I don't want to say a whole lot about
It's like
it.
sci-fi sort of, right?
Yeah, you're put in a situation, you're trying to figure out why you're there while trying to not be killed by certain things and figure out how to get out of your situation. It's very dark in tone, which is to be expected, and yeah, I think that's about all I want to say on it, 'cause there's a lot on it I think people should experience on their own. So, October versus December. Chevy, I think you are up. Let's do this.
So, Laser League, I just, there's nothing about that game that's for me.
More like a lazy league.
Nothing there for
Got
me
'em.
at all. I don't like the way the game looks. I think the mechanic is gimmicky, and
Got 'em more.
I think the game is just not fun.
3.
Let's see. Friday the 13th, I think, is a neat game, but I think Dead by Daylight is better, personally.
Yeah.
Though it's still another game that is fun to watch. I just think it lacks the one thing that Dead by Daylight really has is it has a variety of killers, which I think is really important.
There's a purple Jason.
Friday
He's
the 13th
fucking OP.
is more about the characters, it seems like, almost, than it is Jason.
And all of them have the default.
Yeah. I can't handle
Face.
that aspect of that game
I
at all.
love it.
And I think the maps are ginormous. So
They need to be. That motherfucker can teleport. He need to be able to hide.
well, he wouldn't have to fucking teleport if maps were smaller. December Onrush is overall it's a fun game. It is not necessarily something I want to play all the time, but it is a game that if enough people were playing and they're like, hey, we're all playing this, I would be tempted to hop in and
You and
join
Chris
them.
need them invites.
We do.
Just invite me to the party. I'm down to go. I'm just not going to throw it.
And then Soma was a pleasant surprise. This is a game I will never ever play, but I think thematically and the storyline are super intriguing, and it's very enjoyable. So, I mean, that alone makes me pick December. I actually think out of the 4 for me, Soma's the strongest game, and I'll never play it.
Yeah.
So, but
Dr. Menchie?
the
Munchie?
the theme alone,
Say it like that.
I don't think gets enough attention. It is obviously kind of a newer topic, and I'm glad that someone not only decided to try to tackle it, but I think did a really good job with it. And I still need to finish the story. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So December.
yes,
I'm also going to go with December because I loved that month. Onrush is a game I bought because Josh was like, you heard about this game Onrush? I'm like, I'm going to go buy it. So I went and bought it, and I was like, this game's fucking dope as shit. Really enjoyed it when I bought it. Coming back to it, still really fucking enjoyed it. Really like that game. It's a game that I may invite people to play with me because I'll throw that fucking party. Soma, really good surprise. Me and Josh pretended like we played it a long time ago for about
When it came out.
we played it for 30 minutes, but I swear we only got 5 minutes into it somehow, so we hit
That's
a
because you
time
spent
paradox.
like 20 minutes in the apartment throwing shit around.
I did the same thing the
it
second
happened
time.
again.
But I got further, and I have to say that the storyline is really fucking good. It's right up my alley. It's stuff I love. The atmosphere is really fucking cool, and the horror elements are like the second part of it. It's not even like a big scary game, but some of it works. Some of it's really cool in its setting that I don't want to go into. So December is a real easy winner for me because I loved both games that month. But October was a month of surprises because I don't like Laser League. And
Was that a surprise?
Yeah. I looked at it, I'm like, oh, that could be fun. I was like, this ain't fun. And I just like went on to Friday the 13th, which is another game. I swear, the stream is uploaded, so if you want to watch it, when I first played that game, I was like, this is a fucking joke. Are you serious? Someone made this? Like, what the fuck? It's so stiff. The animations are so weird. Everything looks like it's made of plastic with some oil on it. It's shiny. Every time
plastic.
a match fucking starts, the same dumbass gets fucking killed by Jason, and the same guy always zooms on his face fucking. And then the match starts. And I just came from Dead by Daylight 2, which I was like, I fucking love this game. Started playing this game, and I also love this game in a different way. This is a really fun social game. It's essentially a chat room where you're trying not to get killed or kill people, while people are just murdering each other with cars and saying weird shit like they're wearing spandex panties. I was like, hey, guy in your underwear, you look like you're fucking just chilling. He's like, they're spandex panties. I'm like, all right. So,
My bad.
yeah, my bad. The game's really fun to play. The thing that I think hits this game the hardest, though, is that they don't have the rights to develop the game any further. They still work on it. They make sure, it's bug free, the servers are up. They're still there. They just can't work on it because the guy who owns the rights to Friday the 13th won't let anybody touch it right now. So he's got to decide they can do it at some point. They try and talk to him. He's not interested. They thought about pressing charges against him, see if they could fucking get those rights back. They can't touch the game, so they can't support it, which really sucks. There's a lot of stuff they really wanted to do. They want to make like a Jason X level that's in space and have him in it. And I think they could have done some really cool things. I think it has a lot of really good ideas, and I really like how each character you play, as you level, you get points, and you spend them on random perks. So there's this longevity, and the perks can be used on any of your characters. So there's a really cool aspect to building a survivor, just like Jason, building Jason I had a lot of fun with it. Like I had a blast with it. Although, and I played it a shitload. I was playing it like every night for like I think one of my streams is 9 hours long of playing just that game. Jeremy's like, play something else. I'm like, I'll get there. I'll think about it as I keep playing this.
Jeremy's just fucking play something else.
He does that sometimes. We'll be watching. He's like, play something else, Seth. And I'm like, okay, maybe. Depends on how much I'm into it at the time. So yeah, really good game. But Laser League just does nothing. And Friday the 13th should have just been alone in October. Because Laser League, whatever, man. It's fine. Whatever. It should be on my phone. Don't give me that for free.
Don't give me things.
Pay me. So, did I pick one? I did. December.
2 December.
2 Decembers. Cody.
Who? Me?
You.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Friday the 13th. I didn't play it. I actually have it downloaded. Pretty sure. But I remember I've heard about that game a long time ago. And I was actually really stoked about it because it was before I heard about Dead by Daylight. And I actually remember hearing about it because Adam Sessler was attached to it.
He was part of it, yeah.
And it just seemed like a really interesting game. And then the more that I saw on it didn't look very good. And then I watched, I believe I watched some of your stream where you played it. And I was like, wow, this does not look fun at all.
You have to play it.
It just does
I was in
not
the same fucking boat. I watched it. I was like, I'm not playing that garbage.
But then Dead by Daylight came out of nowhere. And I was like, well, this is obviously what I think that should have been, or this looks like a much better game or version of that game. And plus there's more killers, not just Jason. It's like a whole thing. Laser League, I played a little bit of it. I just remember it looking really cool because it looked like Tron a little bit.
It's definitely inspired by like the light bikes and shit.
Yeah. But it wasn't my thing. Soma, kind of reminded me just from what I've watched. I didn't get to play it. What I watched was like Alien Isolation and Prey a little bit, I guess. It just kind of reminded me of that, which I really wanted to play. So obviously, because I played Laser League and watched quite a bit of Friday the 13th, I'm about to pick October. And because I like Jason. That's pretty cool too.
All right.
That's it. It's pretty easy.
We got a game.
2-1.
2-1.
There ain't no game here. It's December, son.
Shut it down.
To me, Friday the 13th, if Dead by Daylight is like the refined present, Friday the 13th was the Wild West. Like, there's just a lot. It was chaos in every room you fucking went into. And everybody's just like trying to crack Jason in his fucking face, and then like
you
have
can beat
people
the
die.
fuck out of him.
That was one of the coolest parts, though. Is like you can actually like fight back.
Yeah.
But I think Onrush and Soma was a way stronger month. Laser League, I did not give a fucking shit about. So that's just out. And
The only people that are developers to ever watch this channel are those guys. They're like, oh, this channel seems pretty cool. And then watching this, they're like, oh. They play our game. Oh.
And then where was I? Onrush was fun. I really like the class system. I really like how it's not like a typical racing game. You're pretty much just in the stampede. I think that's what it's called. And even if you fall behind, you get teleported back into it. You're always in the shit. You're never trying to play like catch up unless it's in points. And there's surprisingly a lot of tactics for cars just moving forward. Like whether it be the hero, the hero abilities, map layout, stuff like that. There's surprisingly a lot you can do there. So I enjoyed that. And Soma was made by the people who made Amnesia, and that's right? Mm-hmm. And you could really feel it. I don't think it was as scary as Amnesia was, because Amnesia was literally the only game I played it for like a little bit. I'm like, yeah, and I just fucking got rid of it. And that and the Grudge fucking trailer. I forgot about
They
that.
got you.
I'll never.
Dude,
forget
it
that.
scared the shit out of me. I don't know why.
It was scary.
You jumped. Fucking that and the THX. Fucking sound in your movies.
I threw the headset off. I was like watching the trailer with the headset on. I was like, ugh! Fucking threw it down.
Just real quick, fucking this one time when The Grudge was coming out, so like 30 years ago, fucking I was like, oh, you got to see this trailer, and Josh's like, okay, so I put the headphones on him, and he's like kneeling down at my desk. I'm sitting in my chair just watching without audio, and fucking like the trailer's just going, and then Josh is just like with headphones on, just staring at the screen. And I'm just like looking at him, looking at it, and then fucking there's that part where the little fucking Grudge girl, like the chick's like watching the CCTV monitor, and the chick's face starts slowly coming up. She's already there. She's present. She's looking in. And then I look at Josh, and Josh's like, and he goes, and fucking throws the headset off. And that scared the shit out of me, because I was like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, that scared me. I'm like, why did it scare you 3 seconds later?
You realized what was happening.
He didn't know she was there. Just like the THX fucking shit. We were watching some movie in the theater. You're sitting next to me, and it goes, and then it was, else you're like, and it fucking shook my seat, and it scared the shit out of me because I was already in it. It already went, boom. I was like, yep. And you go, I'm like, what the hell? And I remember too because I saw you. You're like this. You're like,
Was that during it?
no, that was a long time ago. My dad, it too. You jump at weird shit.
Late too. It was fucking.
His fear fucking.
That's his brain calculating what he can do, and he's like, nope, and he's just, ugh. We're scared. Can't do nothing.
There's no instant scare. It's math.
Am I
That's
gonna
exactly
fight this
what
or
it
am I gonna run away?
It's not late reaction. It's like the bear just jumps out of the bush, you're looking at it, then it fucking hits you, and you're like, fuck! And you start running while pulling your pants up. Knock those off. Anyway, we were talking about video games.
Anyway, so December wins because Onrush and Soma was a better package than Shit League and Friday the 13th.
There's so much to play that month. Chris. All right, which one? Which one wins, Chris?
Come on, Giggles.
What'd you call him?
Giggles.
Oh,
Like I said.
I'm not saying
And you were gonna.
So, to me, Friday the 13th, although due because of production issues, is the poor man's Dead by Daylight. Laser League is just... it's just present. Onrush and Soma are games I played a lot of. I've actually seen all of the Soma storyline, so playing it again was a real treat just so I could experience it myself. But Onrush was a surprise for me. I actually really enjoyed it a lot, to the point where, like, if you just send me the invite, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll fucking play that. So it's easy for me. December is the winner.
All right.
So everybody loved Laser League.
Absolutely.
Good to know.
No, Shit League.
No, he had it right. It was Shit League.
You ever play Shit League? Don't. All right, so we are past the first tier. We got March, April, May, August, September, December. So into the next bracket, we now have March versus April. To remind everybody what those months had, March was Bloodborne and Ratchet and Clank, and April we had Mad Max. Ooh, Mad Max and Trackmania Turbo.
Fuck.
I think I start. Why do I start on this one? This one's too easy. I want a good one. I want to fucking throw it to him. Okay, so I'm not going to go into every little detail of all the shit again. Maybe a little bit of reiteration, but Bloodborne is so fucking good. It's better than every other game. And Ratchet and Clank was a good supportive game to that. It's not as good as Bloodborne, but it's a good game. So that was just a really good month. So March wins it for me easily. April... What? What are you whispering?
I didn't whisper.
With sneaky fucking treats.
April.
April.
Honestly.
Wake it up, motherfucker.
Got it.
April, Mad Max, Trackmania Turbo. Mad Max was fun, Trackmania was fun. But Bloodborne is amazing, and Ratchet and Clank is also fun. So March is the winner. Easy. You whisper some jokes on?
No.
Burp, burp.
Just looking at my guns.
Fucking dog whistles over here.
Burp, burp.
Shut up. Shut up.
I'm assuming it's my turn.
Yes.
It's your turn. I'm assuming it's mine.
No, he just looked at me and said, "Are you gonna talk to him?" I said, "No, I don't want to talk to him." Anyway,
Yeah, don't. Fast asleep.
Bloodborne, just because I love Bloodborne. Would say Ratchet and Clank. I love those. Mad Max. Actually, I mean, I didn't play Trackmania, but Mad Max alone, I just like Mad Max. I like the world. I like the whole car thing. It's just really it's like Batman. It's like Arkham Asylum. But it's set in Mad Max world, I guess.
In the wasteland, yeah.
In the wasteland. So, big Mad Max fan, but Bloodborne, those games, just the setting, the weapons, like all that stuff. Just it's just more Dark Souls, which is never a bad thing.
I was thinking, for me personally, Bloodborne's one of the only games out of those three I'd probably go back and play willfully. The other ones I would play all these games if I need something to play and they're right there. But Bloodborne's a game I'd go back and play for sure.
I go back like every 6 months and play.
Yeah.
Is that funny, Chris? You think that's funny?
Yeah, I think you're funny looking.
All right, that's good.
Got him.
Boosh.
March.
Yeah, March.
All right.
March.
Tight.
Tight, dude.
We were whispering.
Well,
That's what we're whispering
There's
about.
your winner.
I'm
So
going March. I'm going March. We're going to fucking own this. We're going to take the other team out.
Boosh.
All right. March wins that one easy. Chris, what would you have picked?
Oh, March. I still have Bloodborne installed, so March.
Yeah, I think that's... No, I have Trackmania still because I like to pretend I'm going to go back and play it. But, because I have my PS4 set up in categories of genres, and I have one that's sports/racing games because I don't have a lot of sports games, I don't have a lot of racing games, but I got a lot of the two combined, and I need Trackmania in there to make it look like I am a connoisseur of many different types of games. Yes. But Bloodborne, yeah, I have that installed as well.
And racing slash.
Just in general. He said he still has it installed, so I too have that installed. March.
I think there's more bang for your buck in March, just overall. Out of all or both months, though, I do think they're all good games. So that is.
They're all good games.
Yeah.
Just
Bro.
games, guys.
All four games are very good. I just think that March has two really strong titles in it, and I actually am kind of worried about the end of this entire bracket because of that month. So
How much you think they can lift, dog?
they can lift.
Those are some strong games.
Yeah.
It's fucking gun games. All right. So we got March. Next one, we got May and August. In May, we played Beyond Two Souls and Rayman Legends. And in August, we played Mafia 3 and Dead by Daylight. Oh, fuck. That's a fucked up one. So yeah, Beyond Two Souls, Rayman Legends versus Mafia 3 and Dead by Daylight. See, I don't get a fucking voice in this one. This is garbage. All right.
You might. You might.
We'll see.
I really like Mafia 3. Actually, I still have that installed. I like Mafia 1 was the first, or no, Mafia 2 was the first PC game I beat all the way through.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so I just like that immediately. So the whole new setting, I love that era that it's based in. It's in like the New Orleans area.
Which is not a place that a whole lot of people really touch on, like Infamous did.
But like
its
there's
own version
swamps, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really brutal. I remember that. Like the kills, like it's just some of them. I'm just like he just straight from Vietnam, just like cutting people's throats and shit. I'm like, whoa, this
He's
is
straight up the fucking Terminator because he jacks that knife into people like harder than a human should be able to. He's Sasquatch, but fucking he like grasps was like boom, like right in their fucking skull, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Half the time I'm wishing,
Yeah, that's
like, is
a
there
really
like
good knife.
Like,
That's
can I
a
just
real
knock
good
this
knife.
guy out? Do I have to just brutally just like tear his spine out? I'm like,
If those guys survive, they're not gonna get back up. It's like getting attacked by a fucking bear.
exactly.
The thing's
They're just not the same.
The end game is just like the little kind of like the it's more like you extort people and you get like drug money from people, or you take over different areas, you take over bosses, you
yeah.
interrogate people. That part's really cool. Kind of gets old after a while, but the characters are really cool. Everything's just really authentic, and the cars are awesome. So I really like Mafia 3, and Dead by Daylight is just awesome. Getting to play as Leatherface and Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger and all that stuff, and just the one, not even those guys, like alone you get to play it as them, but the ones that are already in the game prior are awesome. And it's really intense. I remember the first time it's a whole mini game trying to start the generators. I remember the first time I fucked up, I was like really legitimately like freaked out. It was like,
Oh, dude. The whole game is like designed to keep you on edge constantly. Everything you do is getting you closer to something, but it's horrifying.
And it's so satisfying to like get it right and to be the one who's like just going around like when you get a generator by yourself, it's like the best feeling in the world.
I got that video on the channel where the whole team just getting their ass kicked all over the place, and I went and did every single generator, was never seen by the monster, and then I left without them ever seeing me.
That's pretty
Beat
crazy.
the whole fucking thing. They might as well have not been there. Well, I guess they're keeping it busy, but it went right by me a couple times. I just was not seen the whole time, just doing generators. So.
And that game is legit. Like Chris was saying that he watches a lot of people play it. That game, I could watch people play that all day. Like it's so fun to watch. Like people who are really good at it. My girlfriend will sit there and she loves to watch me play it. She's always asking me to play it.
Fucking ask me to play it.
Yeah,
So it's good. It's got a good formula in that regard.
It's really really fun.
Yeah, the American dream. A girlfriend that wants to watch you play fucking games.
That's the American.
Why is it
dream.
American? Yeah.
Never got that over in the UK.
Nope.
No, they can have it too. It's just American.
They want to watch you open a can of beans.
America, baby. Crack open beer.
I'll watch you open that can of beans. Yeah, mate. Good eye.
Good eye.
Good eye, Sheila.
What is happening?
I don't know.
And what was it, May? Or no, yeah, May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only game, I mean, Rayman Legends is fun. It's a really fun platformer.
Mayman Legends.
God.
It was in May, dog.
It's going to be May. May the force be with you. Let's get those out of the way.
May on Two Souls. Fuck. It's coming to me late.
It's not that late delay, dude. It's contagious. But I'm gonna have to go with August just because both of those games, like I said, I bought Mafia 3 when it came out, so just free. I mean, just it's a good game. I don't spend money on games very often.
I fucking bought that when it came. Oh, I bought it because I need a game for my Xbox. So I was like, I'll buy Mafia 3.
Some of the Jimi Hendrix.
Bam, 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 bam. Yeah. We're about to get hit with the copyright strike.
Oh,
That was too close. Like, just like fucking here. All right. That is one for August.
2 for August. Dead by Daylight and Mafia 3 were way stronger games in my opinion than Rayman and Beyond Two Souls.
Beyond Two
Fair.
Shits.
Nice and sweet. Chris.
Fuck.
Fuck.
For the sake of being passive aggressive, I'm going to pass as loving someone else. I'm going to pick May.
All right. Fair.
Those are games I actually spent more time playing overall. Not that I don't enjoy Dead by Daylight or Mafia 3 any less. In fact, you could say I enjoyed Dead by Daylight more. It's just I don't play a lot of it, if at all, just because it's just the tension in me gets to me. But Beyond Two Souls and Rayman Legends, I played a lot of those games. So I'm just going to go with May and pass on the decision to someone else.
And your desert boyfriend's in that game.
Yes.
What?
Beyond Two Souls. There's a desert boy in that game that Chris was fond of.
Desert Boy?
He likes to eat spinach out of bowls.
In the desert?
Yeah.
The
Gross.
Navajo, yeah.
That's
Josh,
not very good.
Josh just barked something at me. I hope they didn't come into the fucking mic. I heard him just fine, but he kind of fucking said it under the wind. So, okay, we got 1 for May, 2 for August. Chevy?
So we obviously already went through like our opinions on like the games themselves and whatnot. So I guess gotta be a little more nitpicky about it. I won't play Dead by Daylight. I have played Mafia 3, but I probably would not continue to play it. Rayman Legends is also a game that I thought was okay and would play a little bit, but I did beat Beyond Two Souls, so I probably actually have to pick May because I played both games and beat one of them. So,
Man, if
You
so-
said you didn't have a fucking voice.
you guys
here.
just
Yeah.
Chris made that happen.
You're welcome.
Yeah, see, which I appreciate, Chris, very much. Yeah, so I just want to say real quick, if Rayman Legends was in August with Dead by Daylight, that would have been a fucking fantastic month because I loved Rayman Legends. I loved Dead by Daylight. I liked Mafia 3 enough, and I liked Beyond Two Souls enough. What do you guys think I'm going to pick?
Dead by Daylight. August.
Whatever you pick,
You got me?
I got you.
I'm secretly hoping you pick August. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm the only reason I lean towards that you're gonna pick August is because time investment.
Because Dead by Daylight was sick as fuck, and I love it. August wins, motherfuckers. Even though Mafia 3 was, like, fine. I liked it. Although I saw the apocalypse in that game. I don't think I was supposed to.
So now that round's over, though, I do think that August is a stronger month.
Yeah.
But for me, May did more for me.
I think that's a fair point. I really like Rayman Legends. I think it's really good. And I liked Beyond Two Souls. I played that right before I played Detroit Become Human. And I was like, oh shit, this is a good game. And I played Detroit Become Human. I'm like, holy fuck. It was really good that I got to play that the month before it released because it got to catch me up with where Quantic Dream was. So both really good games. And Mafia 3 was fine. It has some shortcomings, of course, but the game itself and the system's really good. But Dead by Daylight, not only time investment, but just like how much I really appreciate that fucking game and its design. I think it's like immaculately designed in its way that they do versus a lot of those 4v1 games I'm just like not a huge fan of. And that one just fucking nails it. It's really fun. And it's really easy to just keep going in and playing. So.
Not a great looking game, but it's cool.
No, but it's a game that the gameplay fucking shines past it. So, and the variety of killers makes every match, like, oh shit, what's this one going to be like? So, people who, want to play the killer, they might be really good at one of them. And
I can't wait for the new, like, what else do they come out with? Like, Ghostface or anything like that.
Pennywise, dog.
Yeah, stuff like that.
They
Yeah.
just came out with Legion.
Is that the dude who changes
It's 4
the...
people that have a little combat knife. You pick one of them, and they can run and stab people. So they probably won't do Ghostface because it's really similar to what Ghostface would be.
Oh, weird. Yeah, because I watched the teaser for that, and it looked like it looked like just another player. And in the video, it shows the guy look at him, and the guy like looks up, and his face is weird.
Yep,
And then he
they're the
fucking
same
kills him.
size and almost same character models as.
Which kind of reminds me of the
player
pig face chick from Saw. Because that one creeps me out because she can crouch. So like every once in a while I'll see someone on the ground and I go to run over to them and they're just laying there looking at me. And as I get closer, I look over and there's a doorway and there's just a pig girl slowly coming out looking at me. I'm like, ew.
Lincoln.
Yeah. Yeah, she oinks fucking after you the whole time. It's horrifying. All right, so that is August, March, and then the last one we got is September and December. Let's see, where the fuck was I? So in September, we played Destiny 2 and God of War 3. And in December, we played Onrush and Soma. Who goes first this time?
Me.
Yep.
All right.
One for September. Destiny 2, in my opinion, was too good of a value, and it's something I put a lot of time into. And that's base game. And then plus, it was enough for me to buy DLCs. So my investment and enjoyment in that game, because I actually found myself enjoying the combat and stuff like that a lot more. So September.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I mean, I think they're both good picks. So, Chris?
I'll keep it simple and quick as well. I'll do December. I think the story of Soma is really compelling and enjoyable, and the gameplay of Onrush is immensely enjoyable.
Fair. Shabby.
I'm also going to pick December because I think Destiny 2 is mostly just like heroin and not necessarily in the same regard as like video games to me. And
This
this
wasn't even mentioning God of War. It's just Destiny 2 versus Onrush and Soma.
well, and then God of War 3 is not a game that I enjoy playing.
Yeah.
So I mean you have one that's a drug and one that's just not for me. As for I appreciate Onrush, but I think Soma is something that you can go back and think about all the time, and I think that really is. I think it's funny. Soma's such a heavy player in December, and it was something I would have never paid attention to in my whole life.
Yeah.
So, December.
So September is pretty much like you're walking down the back alleys and fucking alleys in New York, and you just happen to find a fucking ripped dude who offered you heroin. You just got hooked on it, and then December was like a fucking nice little taste of some good writing and some good gameplay. Mm-hmm. So
Something
both,
like that.
both equally addictive. Destiny 2 cigarettes, dog. So 1 for September, 2 for December. Facts are facts, son. December wins for me. I really like Onrush. I think it's really fun. I think it's really inventive. I'd love to see it on Onrush 2. I don't think we're going to get it, but I'd love to see it. I really enjoyed it, and everyone I've talked to so far has really enjoyed it after they played it. So it was really cool to see that even if they didn't love it, they still liked it. So it's a likable game, and it sucks that that game did not get as much visibility when it first released. New IP, simple name, it's hard to sell it, but people liked it. And Soma was, I expected it to be good. It was better than what I thought it would be. So it's just a really strong month for me. Game I love already, and a game that I learned to love. Destiny 2, like Chevy said, I like it a lot, but I like it like I liked cigarettes. I'm not smoking anymore for a fucking reason, but when I was smoking, I fucking liked smoking. God of War 3, I don't give a fuck. So.
Cody, you're just for flavor.
That's that Soma Onrush flavor I'm talking about.
September, Destiny 2.
Ooh, that would have been close then if you would have got it.
I like God of War. For what it is, it's just kind of like, you can basically just spam X the whole time until it's like the time-based combat where you have to pay attention, which is neat. There's nothing... like I said when we were picking it before, I like Greek mythology. I like all that stuff. It's really cool. Kratos was always just kind of like a one-dimensional character. Just was.
Now he's a stern three-dimensional character that looks almost like he's one-dimensional.
But he's just always pissed off all the time. And
Yeah.
And Destiny 2, what you guys are saying, it's like crack, but it's one of those games that's like trying to be like, it's super fast paced till you get to a point, and then it expects you to kind of slow down and then start getting all your gear and stuff. And I just think it's
like heroin.
Like heroin.
Chris is not letting that go, man.
Yell louder,
Let's
motherfucker.
take it right back to where we fucking left it. Don't you dare try and pretend it's not heroin.
But September for sure. Just
He likes
that
his
is
heroin.
even what's that?
I said you like your heroin.
I like my heroin.
Why not, dude? If it's good, it's good, man. Some good heroin.
So how do we handle this now?
Straight to the man.
One of them last time got a free pass.
We-
Into the finals.
How did we do the free pass?
Was it by coin flip?
I think so. Do we have a coin?
No.
Do a random number of 1 through 3. I think that's what we did. So March will be 1, August will be 2, December will be 3. So fate will decide this a bit.
Hey Siri,
Hey, Chevy.
pick a random number between 1 and 3.
A random number between 1 and 3 is 3.
So December gets a pass.
My boy, Onrush and Soma, is moving on to the finals.
Unexpected.
Unexpected. This is a lot better than last year. 'Cause last year was what won was very unexpected and something I did not think was going to win. Most of these months, I'm pretty okay with winning. So, Chevy's up to some secrets. Shifty.
I'm not sure how I feel, to be honest.
You didn't know how to feel last year either.
In August.
So we got March and August coming down to the wire. It's funny how the first tier always takes forever, and then we just fly through the last of them.
We're done talking about our opinions.
Yeah. Okay, so March and August, again, reiterating, March, we had Bloodborne and Ratchet and Clank, and in August, we had Mafia 3 and Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Who's starting? Who's
Me.
starting this
It's
shit?
Chris.
Okay, yeah. Good luck, Chris. You're setting the pace for what could make or break your career.
Yeah.
Socially.
So the two main factors for these 2 months for me are going to be Bloodborne and Dead by Daylight.
I don't like that.
Do I enjoy playing more, or do I enjoy watching more? Fuck it. I'm gonna go with August, because I spend more time of my life watching Dead by Daylight than I do playing Bloodborne at this point.
Well, you
Well,
can't deny being entertained,
Yeah.
though. So
Well, I mean, it's however you take it in,
Yeah.
like, however you enjoy the game. So what you're really saying, though, Chris, and I want to make this very clear for everyone who is watching this episode, you hate Bloodborne and Dead by Daylight's a better game. And From Software should stop making masterpieces because you think they're garbage.
That you can quote me on that. Yes, that's exactly what
You
I
heard
said.
it. You heard it here in my voice first. Chris said that.
Oh goodness.
All right. Any thoughts, just for fun, on Mafia 3 versus Ratchet and Clank?
I would pick Ratchet and Clank over that because I spent more time. I beat that game. Mafia 3, I made it to like the first couple chapters, maybe, and then I was done. I was like, okay, I get the gist of it. It's not for me.
You're playing it, about 30 minutes in, you're like, oh, he's Bigfoot. I got it. And you stop playing.
Yeah, that's it.
That was going to be the big twist at the end. I already figured it out.
No.
He was Bigfoot the whole time.
The whole fucking time. Ever since Vietnam. He went there as a man, came back. Well, he got killed, and Bigfoot came back.
Fucking Yeti.
Chevy.
it's actually really easy for me.
Oh, shit.
There's only one game out of all four of these I will and can play, and that's Ratchet and Clank. So March.
Fuck. Okay, so you picked August. You picked March.
Yeah.
August. I pick August, which is really weird because I love From Software and everything they've ever made, and I love Bloodborne, and I love Dark Souls, and I love you, fucking Armored Core. I'm sorry for betraying you,
I'm
but
really confused right now.
But Dead by Daylight, I honestly had more fun playing than Bloodborne, which is weird. I put more time into it. Bloodborne was just like, I think the big thing with Bloodborne is it's like a fresh coat of paint.
Stabbed.
Yeah, probably. Bloodborne style, baby. When you walk up behind them, go, ugh, and then you get all their sweet, tasty fucking bloods. They're gonna get mine and then some. But yeah, not to say, I mean, I love Bloodborne. I beat it. But it was still, Soulsborne game. I've played pretty much all of them. I love all of them. Fucking shout out to Neo. It's amazing. Can't wait for Neo 2. But Dead by Daylight's something different, something individual. And I became, out of all four of these games, I became addicted to that game. And not because it's heroin, because it's a really well-made game with a lot of different situations that can happen. I like multiplayer games, online, competitive games. It's perfect for me. I love horror. Perfect. So yeah, pick August. Mafia 3 is fine. Ratchet and Clank is fine. I do think Ratchet and Clank a little better in design, but I think Mafia 3 for me is more fun to play. But Ratchet and Clank is I can't say that. They're both fine. But yeah, Dead by Daylight wins it for me easy. So that's 2 for August, 1 for March?
Yep.
Okay.
You guys having a moment?
They're whispering again.
I'm just watching it.
Just looking at me.
Cody's fucking...
Josh, like,
This is my moment. Give me my moment. Bloodborne. Only because I put more time into that game than any of these guys. I love Dead by Daylight. Like you, to piggyback on you a little bit. It is something like I haven't played a game like that before, and it just I have to like sit down, like set time.
Mm-hmm.
Like a way to sit there and play it because it like you have to get in the right mindset. You can't just play for half. Like the matches are super long.
Yeah.
And when Bloodborne, you just get sucked into it, and I'm just addicted to that.
Oh yeah.
Just getting punished, and then learning from your mistakes and doing the whole thing. You like the bosses you beat in one go. It took me like 5 tries, and so every play style is different. You
Yeah,
different
Bloodborne.
weapons.
Bloodborne, I found a lot
One big
easier than the other
vagina
games,
metaphor.
but I like, I really like being agile in games, moving a lot, and
Yeah.
Bloodborne plays to that way more than Dark Souls. And even though I do find Dark Souls, Bloodborne for some reason for me, the dodging mechanic just worked with how I play games in general. Anyway,
It makes you feel like a badass.
I think that's a big
And
difference.
it's like good and precise, and it's like if you fuck up, it's your fault. Like pretty much most of the time. In Dark Souls, you can kind of be, some of it's kind of.
Well, Dark Souls, you get into a fight and like you feel like you conquered that fucking thing. Wherever the hell you fought, like you're standing on top with your flag, like I fucking destroyed this monster.
It's a battle of attrition.
Yeah, Bloodborne, it's like fast paced and it's like you're like evenly matched with this demonic fucking entity, and you destroy it, and you're just like fuck you, and just keep moving forward. So yeah, there's different tone. I felt the same way about Neo though too. Neo, I felt like a badass too. You're just like fucking doing crazy shit while you're fighting stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting how that works.
I don't know. I forgot about that game.
Neo?
Yeah.
Fuck, not me. I love that game. I know you liked it a lot too.
No, yeah, not in like a fuck that game, but in more like a oh shit, yeah, that game exists. That's awesome. I'd love to see it as like a plus global game for next year.
So are we even?
We're 2-2. Yeah,
So
Josh gets to
decide
pick it.
Think about this fucking carefully, Josh.
I'm actually gonna, and it's only to cause you turmoil, Seth, because it has to go up against Onrush and Soma. I'm gonna choose August.
Well, that's fucked. I'm gonna make something hard for you, Seth.
No, well, see now, Bloodborne I really enjoyed. I enjoyed Dead by Daylight and Mafia 3 more.
Like as a month?
Yeah, what was with Bloodborne?
Ratchet and Clank. So
Ratchet
it
and
makes
Clank,
sense you enjoy one more than the other.
And Ratchet and Clank, I played, but I was like, yeah, this plays kind of like the other one. That's cool.
Yeah.
I never dove deep into it. I did dive deep into Mafia 3 and Dead by Daylight. So yeah, my pick's August.
I'm fucking blown away right now, to be honest. And I picked March for Ratchet and Clank, but I honestly expected all four of you to go Bloodborne. So
I wanted to, man.
We're
but
getting older, man. Opinions change.
This is
Seasons
true.
change.
This is true. To be fair, though, all four of those games I put a significant amount of time in. I played Ratchet and Clank more than I thought I would. I pretty much almost beat it. Bloodborne I did beat. Mafia 3 I've played 2 different times now, pretty far into it. Dead by Daylight I was addicted to. So those were all really good games, so it's kind of tough. I just think, kind of how Josh was saying, I think August in general was a stronger month just because, like I said, Ratchet and Clank, its quality's there and it's a fun game. Mafia 3 plays closer to what I enjoy in games though.
Yeah.
Taking cover, shooting people, physics, stuff like that. So, and then Dead by Daylight and Bloodborne, both great games. More addicted to Dead by Daylight.
So before we get into this, I just want to ask, because I think we did last year too, when we're done, are we still going to go through and think, oh, well, now my personal month is this?
We can say what month we would have picked.
Okay.
Although
I think we did that last time.
Although we're creeping towards all the months I would have picked anyway, so this is working.
No,
out
for
fucking
sure.
fantastic for me.
It just, I think it'd be interesting contrast that, obviously that's all, this is chance and.
We did that last year.
Yeah, battle versus what we would personally pick.
I think, unless someone watches it and like, no, you fucking did.
I feel like we did. And if we didn't, well, then
We're doing it now.
we should have.
If we go back in time, we wouldn't. Okay, so who's starting?
Me.
Chevy. Oh fuck, where we
Going
got?
back to the original.
So, in the last two, we got August, which was Mafia 3 and Dead by Daylight, and then December was Soma and Onrush. This is fucked for me.
This is fucked for me too because there's not a lot of games here that I play.
Man,
Call this a gaming channel?
like how you're on
You have
here.
no
now.
room to talk.
Let's fucking.
Oh, shit.
Let's call this a gaming channel. There just needs to be a month for
I haven't played half these games either, so.
MMOs
Exactly.
and JRPGs.
Yeah, what the fuck, guys? Give me something. Oh god, this is really rough for me. Okay, so
It's not for me.
so Mafia 3 I really obviously enjoyed the characters and stuff like that, but I struggle with sandbox games. I do like the combat. I think the stealth mechanics are freakishly good for what the type of game it is. Dead by Daylight is a blast to watch, but I cannot play it. The one time I did try to play it, I pretty much just had anxiety the entire frickin' time and did not enjoy it.
Is that when we were all playing together?
Yeah, we did that with Jason as well, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just can't play those games. It doesn't work for me.
Picked on Chris as Jason. But then he did weird shit that every person in the game doesn't do because they're all seasoned vets and they know what they're doing. and he was brand new, and he's just like doing shit. I'm like, he's gonna do this, and they didn't do it. He ran right past me. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, whoa.
You're like, that's not how you play,
Yeah.
and it fucked with me.
It was a good tactic. I was like, why is he running at me?
Should I be worried?
I'll kick my ass. Hey, fuck you, Jason. You're gonna kill me. I'm gonna make you remember me.
Okay, so I think honestly between Onrush just being a completely good multiplayer game and Soma just covering territory that I think is just really interesting, December I think is a stronger month for me. So.
What do I do?
Choose one.
Well, this for me is 1 versus 2. So, like, Mafia 3 I liked. I liked it just fine. I really like Dead by Daylight, like a lot. It's probably one of my favorite games of all of 2018 when it comes to the PlayStation Plus games. I think December is a really fucking strong month, though. Like, I really like both games. But I really like Dead by Daylight. In fact, if Dead by Daylight was versus any one of those individually, it would beat them easily. Onrush, I really like. Soma, I really like. Dead by Daylight is a game that I would go back and play. Onrush is a game I'd go back and play. Oh, fuck. Hold on a second. I'm processing.
Hey, it's your show, man.
I don't want to. It is. It is my show. You're right. Earlier you come on, you guys call us a gaming channel. You're like, hey, it's yours. It's not much of a gaming channel, but it's yours.
Yours, buddy. The world's your oyster.
I mean, you don't got PewDiePie fucking numbers, but it's a channel.
I don't know if you call that a YouTube channel.
I'm gonna go with you know what? I'm gonna put it in your guys' hands. I'm gonna go with August. I kind of want to go with December because I think it's a stronger month, but I want you guys to decide this because I can't. So I'm going to go with August because Dead by Daylight was probably the most fun and longest investment in time I put into a PlayStation Plus game. I think Mafia 3 is a good complementary game that I think is a good supporting game for any game, other game in these months. There's some really shit months in 2018, and I think August was probably one of the better months. So I'm picking that one to keep the ball alive. It's up to you guys.
August. Yeah. Mostly kind of sucks because I played those two games. I didn't play the other games, so I mean it's kind of obviously I have to choose that. But I did play a shit ton of Mafia 3 and Dead by Daylight, and those
so
are
you
just
did
really
like those games.
Yeah, I like those games. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I still have Mafia 3 on there. I don't know what it is about that. I think it's because it's more. Like Grand Theft Auto and same thing with like Red Dead, even though the Mafia 3 is, like 4 years old at this point, 3 years old. It reminds me of those types of games, but it's very linear. So it's like you kind of just have like one thing that you're going after, and I don't know. It's just fun. It's like LA Noir in a way. Just like, anyway. And Dead by Daylight is sick. I love horror stuff, and like I said before, getting to play as Leatherface and have like different moves and stuff like that is pretty badass. They're all unique, so
You really like Leatherface.
I do like Leatherface.
It's fair.
Huh.
All right, Josh, do it to us.
August is the winner. I enjoyed Soma, but I didn't beat it. And Onrush is fun, and I want to play with friends. But I don't know if I'd ever come back to it just myself. Dead by Daylight I do see coming back to, and I beat Mafia 3. So
It's fair.
August to me was the stronger month.
All right. Well, August is Tasty Gaming's official best month for PlayStation Plus in 2018. But we got to hear what Chris would have picked.
He seems happy.
So this was going to be a really hard one for me because I'm debating with myself whether the fact that just watching a game, yeah, I really enjoy it, but I don't really play it. That's a big part of gaming. Whereas I can, you got to be interactive with it. So I think at the end, I probably would have chosen December, just because those are the games I played a lot of.
Yeah. That's fair. Honestly, I really wanted to pick December, but at the same time, I really like Dead by Daylight, and it was a really good month too. So that was a really hard one. I literally just wanted you guys to make that decision for me. 'Cause I honestly didn't want to pick either or. So I think they're both really good. So yeah, that's it for 2018. Overall, I think 2018 was a pretty good year for PlayStation Plus. There's like 3 months that I thought were pretty meh, but for the most part, mainly Bulletstorm, Laser League,
Knack and Rhyme,
and fuck, there's one other I was thinking that I thought was pretty weak as well. But outside of those games, I think the other months were really fucking strong. XCOM 2, and that shouldn't be weak. It's just the game's not what it should have been.
Kind of balanced. It kind of, it did a decent job of balancing everything out. Obviously, they can't just, put Bloodborne with Dead by Daylight.
put fucking bangers in every side.
All those bangers came out anyway, so fucking they should have just put them out. Although I'd get really pissed if I got fucking Knack and Rhyme together, but which we did. But if I got like
it's already a pretty decent
like Bulletstorm and God of War together, the old Bloodboner fucking month.
Bloodboner.
That would have been a great month. If I got Knack with Laser League, I would have just been like, I'm canceling my PlayStation Plus.
Plus Club is not going to be aired this month due to garbage.
Yeah, we're the channel's going down for the month while we strike this. But yeah, outside of that, I think had really strong months. Shout out to January's Deus Ex Mankind Divided and Telltale's Batman. It got killed fucking early on. I think it would have made it further if it didn't go up against Bloodborne. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So let us know in the comments what month would you say was the best month of PlayStation Plus. Were you surprised by the one we picked? Do you think this is a fucking injustice that should have never been there? And which one do you think didn't get enough play? Which one would you have liked to see get further in there?
Shouldn't have been out. You shouldn't even be playing this game. Playing this game. It's August. It's hot outside. You need to be outside playing.
Yeah, get out in the sun. Get some fucking.
Who does that?
Get some skin.
Nobody watches this channel.
Burn that fucking skin. Yeah, we're all
I'm
indoors.
kidding.
We're all pasty boys.
Hissing at the sun. So what month would you guys? What would you have picked if you could have picked the best month for PlayStation Plus? We'll start with Chevy.
For me, it would be March. I think Bloodborne and Ratchet & Clank are games that everyone should at the very least try. Every other month has, I think, a strong and a weak title, with the exception of I actually think April's a pretty solid month too, and I guess May as well. But I think March. It's hard to deny how strong March is as far as like just titles go, because you have two huge companies that brought out big games that month. So.
Plus their game. I don't mean to interrupt you.
I was done actually,
Seth. But
okay.
Plus there were games for like everybody. Like if you didn't enjoy Bloodborne because it's Bloodborne, you might like Ratchet and Clank, and then vice versa.
Well, that's what dictates a good month in PlayStation Plus for me is a variety, and not just like, this is a fighting game. Well, this is not a fighting game, but like different tonally. Like Bloodborne is a mature game, blood, hardcore gameplay, something you got to get really involved with. You're gonna fucking get upset. You're gonna really enjoy yourself. Ratchet and Clank, kids can play it. Most of us can play because it comes from a time that that game existed, and it's a game that most people can play, but also tonally is different. It's cartoony looking, it's more fun, it's charming, so it's a really good balanced month.
I also think it's deeper than it lets on to be, because
Definitely.
you have the skill trees with weapons and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, that's something they added with that.
They made it more complicated, but the Ratchet and Clank series has always had evolving weapons and stuff.
Well, yeah, but it made it more complicated. That's what I really was hinting at.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't say that at all.
In fact, this whole year seems like they did a really good job on balancing the months, which is nice, because I think it was either 2017 or 2016. One of those years, we got like 2 narrative games in 1 month. I forgot what month
that was 17.
It was
17.
Game of Thrones and
Yeah.
something else, and they were
Wasn't
both...
Borderlands?
Oh, I think
No, it wasn't Game
No,
of
they
Thrones.
both
I
weren't
think it was that
Telltale.
Sierra game,
Oh.
King's Quest.
King's Quest.
Yeah, I think it's King's
yeah.
Quest and something else.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 medieval like narrative games, or it might have been Borderlands and King's Quest, but we got 2 like story games at once, and I was like, they're both good, but like I would have really liked something else to dive into. It's like if you got 2 JRPGs in 1 month, which right now I would be complaining, but fucking you don't got time for that shit.
No.
So it'd be better to get
Yeah,
like a
'cause-
smaller chunk and a bigger chunk, like, you know.
I remember saying something about it. I'm like, all right, well, I got to choose between this and fucking Adventureland.
Yeah, you weren't happy.
Yeah.
Because fucking you were gonna have to sit there and watch people do stuff. Yes, you picked March. You would have picked. I think I made it pretty apparent. You know, there's 2 months here that I really would have picked, but I think I would have if I would have picked the best balanced month that I like for me, probably December. I think December was a really good one, just because it had 2 games I really liked. Shout out to Destiny 2 though. It was a smart tactic on their part to release that as they did. It got a lot of people who aren't going to play that game to buy Destiny 2. So
Literally got 3 people to play the game
this
and
room.
buy all
In this
3
room, yeah.
fucking...
And you guys probably won't go back and play anymore.
I kind of want to because I didn't
I
finish
would.
Forsaken.
I would, yeah, I got stuff in Forsaken I got to do, but I played the fuck out of it. Yeah, so December is the one I would have picked.
Go.
Cody?
Bloodborne, so March. That's a console seller.
100%.
So
Yeah.
getting it for free,
It's exclusive,
literally,
though.
yeah, literally, you don't even. You know, you could just get PlayStation Plus, which was $60, and yeah, you automatically have a console seller.
I do have to say, real quick, sorry, that
No.
when you said the $60 the console selling stuff, if you every time they announce a game and you go to the PlayStation blog, it's literally in their comment section under the announcements, just people bitching about canceling the subscription because it's not worth it. I gotta say right now that at $60, if you look at the entire fucking year, every year,
Oh yeah.
you're getting a fucking steal.
Yeah.
And people are just like, well, it's not what I wanted. Well, no, because you don't want to go out and buy the game doesn't mean they owe it to you, right? The fact that you get a game like Deus Ex, you get a Bloodborne, you get Mad Max, fucking, what were the other, like, huge
Destiny.
fucking games? Destiny 2, Mafia 3 is a big game that should have been $60 for most people. And, Yakuza Kiwami is another $60 game. You know,
Well,
type thing.
and most of these games are like $30 games.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're definitely getting the value there. And yeah, if you do find yourself constantly just knocking games you want, you probably don't have a really big interest in a lot of games anyway, because they really kind of nailed a lot of different kinds of games there. What?
No,
I was
You guys
Cody
whispering ass
popped
again?
up and I was like he is about to say something
No.
because you looked really excited. It was like an ostrich fucking coming out of the sand.
just excited to hear you talk, man.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're paying for a service and you're just not getting any enjoyment of it, I get it. Just don't pay for that.
For sure.
But if you're talking about value wise and you're not getting every month a game that you really love, then you'll probably get one in the next month, and the value is still going to be there. So, but it's up to each individual person. I've heard a lot of people argue against it, and I get it. So I just don't agree. But
Yeah.
but I also play a wide range of games, so it's very likely I'll find a game I like. So.
My month of the year is
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did. You March. Okay.
my month of the year is the
Along with
one
the
we
Ostrich
picked was
thing.
August, just because it was a goddamn strong month. I mean, Mafia 3 and Dead by Daylight.
Yep.
I never would have played Dead by Daylight at all, I don't think. And then I got it for like Destiny. I got it for free, and I was like, I'm into this game.
Yeah.
And then Mafia 3, I'm just into the Mafia games. So the story alone was fucking like, this is fucking cool. So, and I would recommend other people finish it because I don't know anybody I can talk to about it.
Almex's.
I'm
That's
gonna go
why.
home. I'm gonna beat it.
Almex's
so
has
we can
beaten
talk
twice.
about it.
That's how I feel about fucking Yakuza too.
August and December are like pretty much even for me, so I agree with everything you said. I just had to pick December, obviously, because they're more different. But yeah, August, fucking really. You saying that, I'm just like, why didn't I pick that?
It's like I haven't played most of these games, but even like hearing you guys talk about like Yakuza, I was like, oh, I'll go home and I'll download it and I'll play it.
You should have
I'm
checked
gonna
it
give
out.
that shit a try. Just most of those games that I haven't, like Soma and all those ones too. I mean, you guys describing it, so it's good.
Especially with your, I don't know how recent it is, but it feels pretty recent. You're more like watching anime more and more and more. It seems
yeah.
like Yakuza would
I'm
probably be a
open to a
blast
lot
for
more
you.
stuff. Yeah.
So
All right.
Chris.
It was really tough for me to choose August over March because I really like Bloodborne. But overall, between August, December, and March was really hard for me. But I'd still stick with December, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just a really solid month with the 2 games that they offered. So, it's funny too because Soma doesn't really offer a whole lot in gameplay, but the story and the work they did on it's just really there's not a lot like Amnesia's like it, but there's not a whole lot of games like it in the sense of its storytelling and just it's not even like that great looking graphically of a game, and
The
it still
imagery is
manages
awesome, though.
Still manages to make the world look really fucking cool and interesting.
Yeah.
So,
And the story is compelling and thought provoking, which is really it's really hard to come by in games. I think it's really hard to get a game that's the stories can be either really compelling or sometimes they're thought provoking, but they're never really a good mesh between the two of them, like this one is.
Yeah, it can either be Ni no Kuni 2 that doesn't have a storyline,
That was a blast.
which is very
Right.
fun, or God of War, which is a game that I beat and I was like, holy shit, and I kept thinking about it, and I was like, Josh, I just want people to beat it, because I want to be able to talk about it.
I wish I had the same luxury.
You don't.
One
You
thing
gonna pick
one
another
thing that
month?
I think is funny is that we have two for March and 2 for December, and yet August 1. So it's actually kind of cool that we do 5 people on this, so we do have that tiebreaker. So it's not just
That's why I was really trying to get you guys to come at the same time, because fucking I don't because Cody just took it to that. There's
I just was looking at you.
there's
All I did
children.
was look at
There's
you.
children watching
I
this.
saw the face. It's fucking.
I'm glad I was able to schedule you guys to be here at the same time, and come at the same time. Whatever you guys do in that corner,
pulling us.
you guys have been doing a lot in this corner this whole episode, and I'm not going to judge.
Sweet nothings, baby.
I know. Because I think it's
Survivor.
really important.
Alliance.
Really important that our choices dictate it and not flipping a coin. We do have that weird tiebreaker at the end where we have to pick a random number, but at least in the end we're still all picking the last one. I wouldn't want to do this with like 4 people, and I think with 3 people, me, Chris, Chevy, it wouldn't be enough voices to make it more interesting. So yeah.
Real quick, sorry, Chevy.
No, I was gonna say the problem with it just being 3 of us is I honestly think in most cases is going to be probably me being the issue, because I'm going to either be agreeing with Chris because we have similar game tastes, or I'm going to be agreeing with you because obviously we have a lot of things in common because we've spent our entire lives together. So
Me and Chris will like the horror games.
yeah, there's a lot of predictability. I think that would happen.
100%.
with just the 3 of
Yeah,
us.
that's
So.
why I like to bring in some of those wild cards. Because me and Josh agree on a lot of stuff too, gaming wise. But Josh, I can never be 100% sure on.
I actually think Cody's really good. Curveball to throw in too.
Yeah, I don't know
because-
where the hell he's coming from.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
Cody likes video games, so it's hard to tell which ones he's going to pick.
Yeah.
If December had to go up against one, I still think it would fucking because
It was.
I was
August,
gonna say
March,
if
December.
if one of the other ones were gonna
Yeah.
go first, if it would have changed it, and I don't think it would.
What, March versus August?
No, because that already happened to get
yeah,
to
you're
August.
right,
If
you're right.
I don't know, December had to go against March, or
December would have won for me.
I think so too.
All right. Anything else you guys want to say on 2018? Wrapping that up. Obviously, we're already into 2019, but we're celebrating PlayStation Plus for 2018. It's always very fun to play the same games that everybody else is playing and have that community. Have that ability to play the same games, talk about them throughout the month. 2019, I'm hoping will be an awesome year for PlayStation Plus.
I think it's gonna be good.
What are we playing this month?
Started out strong,
Started
steep, and
Yeah, pretty good so far.
Yeah,
Right?
one.
2 games that we all pretty much like.
Portal.
Yeah.
yeah, Portal Knights.
Steve and the other one.
Steep and ass.
At the end, 2020, that's how I'm gonna remember January is steep, and the other one.
Any games you think might be on PlayStation Plus this year?
I like to see Neo.
I
Yeah, you
think
said that.
seems pretty.
I think
fair.
Neo is a pretty good prediction because Neo 2 is coming out. Neo made its money. It's not a huge game, so I think it's going to be easier to get that signed up for PlayStation Plus. I think that's a really good prediction.
And plus, they've added a bunch of DLC and all sorts of shit, so it'd be pretty easy to do.
Just Cause 4.
Damn, that quick, huh?
I guarantee it.
I think either Just Cause 3. I think Just Cause 3.
I
No one's
guarantee
playing
it.
that game.
Wait, was Just Cause 3 already a PS Plus game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So yeah,
Last year. It won.
It
Or
won last
2017, yeah.
Oh,
It was the winning month.
yeah.
I guarantee it. Nobody's playing it. I actually do own it. It sits on my shelf.
That's fun.
It's fun.
I would like to see I'd like to see something like a weird curveball, like a WWE game or like a hockey game or something like that.
Those
like,
sports games that were kind of hard outside of the NBA ones, which we've already gotten before, just because.
Oh, yeah, we did get that.
Because the people who buy them, and they play them throughout the year. So I feel like they're making that revenue. They don't need to throw it on there.
Yeah.
I would like to see an actual racing game in
Like Cars
2019,
2
like
or
Gran Turismo Sport,
Project Cars 2, not fucking
Project Cars 2,
Lightning McQueen.
something, some kind of racing game. 'Cause I don't think there's enough racing games. We got Onrush, but it's not a racing game.
The new Dirt, I think, would be a
Dirt would be great. I
good
almost buy it
contender
all the
for this
time.
one. Or Gravel.
I have my
Might
fucking
be-
racing wheel, so it'd be cool to play. Fuck Rabble. That game's coming straight to fucking PlayStation Plus.
I'm not saying I want to buy it, but yeah, if it
You
was
said
on PlayStation
gravel, and I
Plus.
was like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah. Oh, God, what was I going to say? I think, and we got Steep from Ubisoft, so they're obviously on board with putting games on PlayStation Plus, but I think, oh, God, the fucking, when do we change vehicles? The Crew 2.
Mm-hmm.
That one, they could totally, it went on sale quickly. It's lower price than it was when it released. Within the year, I think they could easily release it on PlayStation Plus.
I
and
was
Xbox
honestly
Gold.
about to say Driver. Like, remember Driver San Francisco where you used hot swap vehicles?
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck, that game is old as fuck now.
I'll say
so-
that's your game.
Yeah.
I never heard anyone else talk about it. It was pretty cool though.
I love that game. That game was dope as fuck.
Yeah. Some JRPGs would be cool. Obviously, I'm really
Something
loving
long-winded, like you're right, like a
Yeah.
JRPG.
Fuck man, give out Comrades.
They are.
Is it free?
Oh no, it's $10. You're
yeah.
right.
Yeah, you can do, yeah. For some reason I was like, what the fuck's a Comrades?
Comrade.
But no, that would be a good pick.
You get people-
Dark Souls 3, I think,
yeah.
from
Or
software.
even like Dark Souls 2 or
Yeah.
remastered Dark Souls. Well, any
Yeah.
of those three.
I would take,
remaster
yeah,
one
I'd
would,
take Dark
would be a pretty decent one.
Yeah. I own all three of them, but they'd be a good pick.
Give
Huh?
me Near Automata.
Yeah.
I would love for more people to play that game.
I'd love more people to buy that game.
Yeah. I really
I almost
hope
feel like they're giving too much away with that one, but
Speaking
it'd be
of-
nice.
Speaking of
Has
Platinum Games,
Last of Us
fucking-
come out on PlayStation Plus?
No.
Because they sell that game for like $10, and I get pissed every time I see that.
Yeah.
Like, that game should never be $10.
I'd like to see like a fighting game, maybe. Like
Tekken.
I was gonna say I half
Tekken.
expect to see either a Mortal Kombat or Injustice 2, just because
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 11's coming out.
Yeah.
It'll be
Street
good
Fighter.
marketing
That's
for
a good
them.
one.
I also
They wouldn't do Street
uh,
I heard that wrong. He said they're like, yeah, they should do Mortal Kombat, Injustice, and you're just like, Street Fighter. That's related. Yeah, Street Fighter.
more just adding to the combo.
Guilty Gear.
I would say it would be neat,
Oh,
but
yeah, I
I
forgot
don't
Guilty
I don't
Gear
know if
came
they
out, the newer
would
ones.
financially do that one.
Yeah.
So, I would also take one of the Bandai Namco fighting games that have come out
God,
last year.
they could just give those out.
They have a bunch of them. They could do, the My Hero Academia one that came out. They could do by the
Even
time
if
the
they
end of the
did
year. comes
Fighters or something like that. I mean,
out. Fighters would work. Yeah,
Fighters got its nut. So
it's
Why the
one of the
fuck?
top competitive games still. So,
God, it's not.
as far as like JRPGs go, or just
Yeah, it's
RPGs
not.
in general, I think that's kind of complicated. Just because, it is a long sit, and then the only fair way to do it is make sure the next month hits short games. I guess would put it, because like Deus Ex, right, is a full RPG, and it kind of had to take that entire month. What was the other game with it? I can't remember now. You see my point?
Where's
Like,
that list, Chris? What's going on?
Why do I have the list? What?
I got rid of mine a long time ago.
Yeah,
I destroyed it.
He ate it.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up.
What was with Deus Ex?
January.
I have to pull it up again.
January.
but
Jesus.
I would like to see at least.
It's his fault.
I think one RPG throughout the year would be a good idea. And then, yeah, something along the lines of either sports racing or. I'm kind of losing myself here, but.
Not Fat Princess.
Wrestling and...
Two.
Castle Crush?
Yeah, so not non-mainstream
Yeah.
like sports, like more the oddball ones, or even something. And this is gonna be a weird example, but like I really liked was it Golf Club was a cool golfing game, for example. I'm not saying that game, but something along the lines of something most people probably aren't really gonna jump out and buy. So those are always fun because it's an opportunity to play something that probably wouldn't have played.
What do you think about the odds of Spyro Remastered or Crash Bandicoot trilogy?
I
I think Crash
it's-
Bandicoot would be an easy one to throw on there.
Are those both Activision owned?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a double pack. You can get both of them for $60.
I'm wondering if maybe because normally I would say that's never going to happen. Activision's not going to give anything away for free, but with the way things
They
are
take,
going with
dog.
them right
They,
now,
they gave out Black Ops 3.
They gave out Destiny 2.
no, they gave you your first hit of heroin with Destiny 2.
So they gave it out.
That was a $6.
They
game.
made money off that.
I agree. I think it was a $6 game too.
Yeah,
Just because I went through it fast because I'm a junkie doesn't mean it's not a $6 game.
I think
That's my
that's
choice.
I think it's a little different. And Black Ops 3 is also that was a weird one, but I do think
Either way.
with the way Activision's financial situation is with the stock market and stuff right now, I would
They're going to
see
give
them.
away Blizzard.
I would see them giving out some
low,
games
so high, dude.
right now.
Maybe third season of The Walking Dead.
That is
Yeah, they've given out.
They gave out season 2.
it's a different company now.
They got to make that money though. That was a charity fucking getting that going again.
Just say
Also, to answer your question, Batman was tied in with Deus Ex.
Yeah, so Deus Ex came out.
a shorter game with a role playing game. That is the only way it works because otherwise no one has time to play both. So
Oh, that's fucking shorter game, 10 hours. Probably about 10 hours.
Something cool
12
like
hours.
Golf Club. I think was a pretty decent pick. Just something unique because like it seems like we get our smattering of our I almost called it clanks.
Yeah, so you're talking another language.
Now I don't even know what fucking game that was.
Smattering.
clanks.
The launch title. Crank.
Knack.
Knack. There's season Ks and
How
all
old are you,
sorts of
Josh?
shit.
That was a grandpa thing to be doing.
Knack.
What's that Pokemon game you've been playing?
Because like we get our knacks, we get our stuff like that, and then but like
Tasty treats.
Get your knickknacks.
You Nick Cranks.
I forgot. Actually, we're 100% going with this now. I'm pissed off.
You did yourself.
I would like to get Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh yeah,
That would
That
be
would be
a
very
very
good.
smart
Actually,
one.
that'd be a big one, and they sell that for like $20 a lot.
Yeah.
all the time now.
Yeah,
with
even
its
if they
DLC.
gave you the Game of the Year edition, or not even
they
that.
sell that for like $20. They
Yeah.
could easily give it
Yeah.
out. It made its money. Again, though, I'd hate to see. Well, I wouldn't hate to see it go. You know, you're paying for PlayStation Plus to give out.
It'd also
big
be
games
good
all the time.
marketing for Death Stranding because it's the same engine.
Same engine, yeah.
So-
Those guys are working on a new game anyway, so
Maybe
Yeah.
Uncharted 4.
I think
Probably get Lost
they should.
Legacy.
They should. Yeah, Lost Legacy. I think would be a better one just because it's a side one and it's. I think you'd hop into that
And you get the
not have to
multiplayer
care about
and
the
stuff
rest of the
like
games.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd still get access to multiplayer too.
That's
I guess.
cool. Yeah.
That's cool. Whatever, man.
No, I really
Fuck me for suggesting.
breathing
one.
also, so just
I'm sorry.
a big fucking.
Between fucking Cody being done with this shit and Josh just forgetting what the fuck he's even talking about. What's that crank you fucking been talking about? I don't even know what the fuck I'm even saying. I'm really angry.
Fucking smacking knickknacks.
Smacking cranks, dog. Yeah, I think those are all the good suggestions. I think there's actually a lot of games that have been out long enough that they could show up this year, and we've already had a pretty decent month with Steep.
What if maybe like a
Kiwami 2.
like a Yakuza 0 would be a good one.
0 would be good.
Maybe like a because Path of Exile is supposed to release. It's a free-to-play game. Yeah. Maybe if they gave you like credit or something like that.
I'm sure they'll do like some kind of like bonus pack on
like a starter pack or
I can tell
something.
you
like
right
that.
now, if they gave away a free-to-play game, people would fucking be furious.
Josh got that fucking
Shut down.
40
son.
chess fucking look on his face. Like he's gonna find a way to make you wrong.
Not right now. Maybe tomorrow.
The only way they'd forget about it is if it got packaged alongside like God of War, because no one would be thinking about it.
They better
Then.
not give that out.
That's my point.
Pay,
Though. Like,
pay that money.
there's a reason like they don't say Warframe's the one this month. They just go, hey, we got another
Maybe we'll get
PlayStation
Warframe
Plus
for free.
discount on this game this month as well.
Or every once in a while. I think like once a year they also just do like a. Here's like 300 platinum if you have PS Plus or some shit.
You know which one I know for sure will not come out for free? A lot of games, but Monster Hunter World, just because they got that expansion coming out. Although it'd be smart of them to get it into more hands, because then they'd sell the expansion. I feel like they're still going to be making those sales, especially when that expansion comes out. People are going to be like, "You got to pick it up." I'm back in it.
Besides, we got Dead Rising, didn't we, at one point? Or no, you bought that because it came out on
I got
PlayStation.
it, yeah.
That's what it was.
I bought that
I was
shit.
thinking how many Capcom games were even on that list, but I think just we did get Resident Evil Remake,
Yeah.
I believe.
Didn't there a new Mega Sham come out?
Yeah, Mega Man 11 would be
Yeah.
a decent one. That game's pretty fun.
Fucking.
If you're gonna give away Mega Man, give me the X Collection.
Or
Was it
one of
Mighty
the
Number
collections would be a
9?
dope
That was Mighty
fucking
Number
game.
Didn't people like fucking hate that game? Yeah.
Mega Man 9?
No,
Or Mighty Number 9?
Yeah.
They did give that one away for free, though. I have it on
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Yeah. That's what I thought it was that one.
I don't. I didn't get that
Skipped over
far.
that one, huh?
I always at least claim them.
Wasn't a fucking obligation for the channel, so fuck it.
This is mine.
I ain't taking free shit.
No givebacks, PlayStation. This is mine.
Oh, maybe. Oh, they already did Little Big Planet 3.
Just going
Give
through
it
the
again.
games.
Piss
Hey,
people
fuck it,
off. Fuck
yeah.
it.
They're just going to give away Dreams and launch month. give away Dreams.
It's amazing that they don't double up. There's so many games that come out that they never have to re-release a game. That's something I was kind of worried about years ago, that we'd get the same game out, and they haven't done it.
I bet Kingdom Come fucking Deliverance might.
That's a weird one, because I think it'd be a good one to give out, but at the same time, that's a smaller developer, so it might be harder because they put a lot of work into that shit. But it'd be smart because there's a lot of people who didn't play that game that I don't think will ever play that game.
Yeah, but they get a chunk of money for doing it, though.
They do.
Guaranteed.
They do.
So.
I just,
Just depends
for some
on if
reason, it
the
just doesn't seem like
costs outweigh the needs.
they would want to do it, yeah. But I don't know. It just seems like it wouldn't do it, but it'd be smart because it'd get that name out there.
Yeah, because I mean, you and I played it. Did you play Kingdom Come? Mm-hmm. And then you didn't.
No, nor would I probably. So.
Once it comes out on PlayStation Plus, you gotta do it.
Sure, that'd be an obligation, but yeah, I could say every fucking time sandbox game, man, I can't do it. So
Yeah. Anything else? Should we end this shit?
yes, please.
Alright. Fucking bye, Chevy.
I got
Burn it to the ground.
doing the wiggle here. All right.
Yeah, I'm doing the wiggle too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've been sitting all over my balls for like a
I'm on my balls today.
good 30.
I'm not on my balls. So what the fuck you're talking
That's
about with that
fucking-
crank? I've been cranking my balls.
Smacking.
Chris, anything else you want to finish off with?
End it, please. End it.
That's gonna do it for this episode of Tastycast, episode 88. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and enjoy this episode. Make sure to check out our other episodes. Check us out on Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook. Also, let me know in the comments what games would you like to see come out in 2019. Check out my streams on Twitch and Chris's streams on Twitch at Tasty Senpai, all one word. And Chris is Tasty_fruit. You can watch me on this channel as well. I dual stream when I stream. Hit the notification button to know when I go live. Hit the notification button bell here. Fucking know when the hell these episodes come out. Join our Discord. I'll also tell you there. Link down below. Talk to us anytime, all the time. And we're on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast platforms. If you prefer to listen to us or find out what Cody's doing under the table, fucking check out next episode. We'll reveal that big reveal.
Maybe not.
Name's
All
up.
right.
I'm Chevy.
I'm Cody.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Chris.
Thanks for sitting around with us and talking about PlayStation Plus. And until the next episode, which will be Tasty Tuesday, have a great weekend, guys, and take it easy.
Listening to our mad rambling.
Yeah, they love it. They love it, especially Cody's.